upsets with Game 5 overtimes. Drama filled this bracket here, folks, as we got our 8 teams that you see in the bracket a little bit later on. They're up in those green boxes at the top here, Bates.
Yep, all 8 teams, you see them right there. But, I mean, the roads, some of them a little bit difficult, some were a little bit easier. SSG and Falcons over there already in round 1 was absolutely great. They're the only team to really test Falcons so far. But then Furia all the way at the end, look at them go. CJ, tell me about your South American brethren.
Well, Furia, I mean, they came into day number 2, 2-0 through the Swiss stage. They had a chance to go 3-0, perhaps be a top seed into the playoffs. They had to do it the tough way. They almost got reverse swept out of the Swiss, going all the way to round 5. Yan was so impressive, though. They stepped up when it mattered.
Oh, absolutely. They had a tough road, but they made it. Like, obviously, if you go 2-0, you're going to face all tough competition. They did lose 2 back-to-back, but last time around, they went 3-0 and then fell in the quarterfinals, so they got a little bit more reps here. Furia, though, the passion, it never leaves them. Yeah, Game 4 was a little bit of a question mark for them. We saw Oxygen with a couple of open net misses, but clutching up in Game 5 is where it matters most, and I think that'll do them a world of confidence. They've beaten an EU team yesterday. They have to do it again today against Vitality.
They sure do, and some of you might be confused when I said CJ's their South American brethren. Well, he always beats out Sam, so I'm assuming he's an honorary citizen. So I can say it if a Fury, they did clutch up, and now they're playing in the top 8 once again. They're going to have a rematch against Vitality, just like they did back in Copenhagen. It didn't go well for them then. They're trying to change the script around this time.
CJ with more passports than any other Rocket League talent here. We'll see. Let's talk about the Gentlemates. Okay, they were the surprise of Copenhagen. They have survived to the bracket here. Are they what you just said that the person who wins here will be favorites in the World Championship? Are Gentlemates, after what you saw over the last 2 days, the favorites to win in London?
I wouldn't say all that just yet. I think that goes to maybe the Falcons at the moment. They're looking pretty hot, or maybe in the reigning world champions. I think you always got to lean in to the 3-0 teams. But I'll tell you this, though, Wave. Gentlemates, they're right back here in the single elimination stage. And so far this year, they're the only team that's been flawless throughout it. 3-0 in Copenhagen, and they're trying to keep that rolling on. Gentlemates, they didn't absolutely dominate the Swiss like last time around. They had a little hiccup, but they did end up clutching up when it mattered most, and that's all that matters, Gibbs. Yep, and they did finally drop a LAN game. But again, that 2 back-to-back wins, 3-0, 3-1 versus BDS, a team they cannot beat online. But when it comes to LAN performances, Gentlemates, you have to put them as favorites when they go up again in the rematch later versus BDS. Yeah, you almost have to forget about their online form because for some reason on LAN, the vibes, I think Itachi, you have to give a lot of credit to him as well. He just seems to get this team going when they're in person, when they're in front of a crowd as well. They just keep elevating. And Juicy has just been so clutch, and we talk about it all the time. He has never won an online regional tournament, but he's a major winner. He's the only one to say that. So, and Juicy does not care. He's like, I'll win every LAN. I don't need to win online as long as I make it to the dance. And the Gentlemates are here. They are dancing, and that BDS matchup is going to be a great one. And Gabe, you bring up excellent points. The Juicy is the best statistically performing player for Gentlemates. He's almost averaging almost a goal per game, 0.93, averaging about 410. He's everywhere on the field. The offense is going through him. He's looking great. And the green suits, hype him up on the stage later. We'll see if they can do it, folks. Let's talk about BDS. Okay, we do have 3 European teams here in our bracket. BDS, the only one coming in without some sort of champion title currently on their shoulders. Yeah, they had to do it the tough way as well. They must just really like round 5 of the Swiss stage. I don't think it affects them once they get to the playoffs, but again, another team like Furia that had to go the distance. They got the match up against Team Secret in round 5. That team swept them back here in London the previous time, a couple of seasons ago. So there were some mental demons they had to overcome. They absolutely did, but their 3 wins, they swept them, right? 3-0, 3-0, 3-0 versus bottom 8 teams, though. So we haven't seen them beat a top 8 team yet. And Drawley, like, this is his rookie year. The first time he was in front of a crowd last time, they were favorites versus G2 and BDS fell. So Drawley gets another chance at that versus the crowd. And going up against Gentlemates, I think they like the matchup. They know they can beat them online. They just got to figure out when it matters most. But BDS, they were tournament favorites coming in. They might not be now, but they can definitely make a run. The biggest question mark is always going to be mindset, mentality. I love looking at the player cams when you watch them, seeing if Monkey Moon, how far he's going to lean back into his chair. So it's something to watch. We'll see them here. Now, all 3 of the teams we've talked about so far had stories in Copenhagen. London sort of feels like a continuation of that story for them. They're building on that. But Space Station is new. They were not here last time, and yet all the way through the top 8 right now, proving they are one of the best teams in North America. And on Cash to Power rankings, everyone at Space Station roughly around 9. They were supposed to miss out. They were supposed to lose in that 2-2 round. But Space Station did not only 1 better, it was 2 better. They go through 3-1 in Swiss. It was a fantastic
performance. And obviously, we have to talk about LJ because when they go up against now the tournament favorites Falcons, LJ popped off there. It was incredibly close. They go up against Furia, and it's a big upset. LJ performed in every single match. He's the number 3 goal scorer here. Space Station's not even a top 5 offense right now, but LJ is doing a lot of weightlifting.
He could easily be the MVP
Look
so
at
far
this
of the tournament. I mean, the redirect again, it's in huge games where he clutches up, but I think it's vindication for Space Station as well. There was a lot of talk around that first split where they did come up against Gen G 3 times in a row. They didn't make Copenhagen. I think they've earned their stripes here and really earned some respect in terms of the international competition.
That's right. Slater Thomas is over there he's over there. Slater Thomas, aka Reddles. I'm sorry for saying his first name.
They're cool like that.
Yeah, he's saying that
He gets to say
LJ is a top 3 player in North America. I think he's playing like it right now.
He might be top 3 player in the world.
He's phenomenal.
But by the end of this tournament, who knows?
He's the outlier at this point. It doesn't matter what team he's on. Well, I mean, he's been on SSG for as long as he's been the outlier. But every time we're talking about SSG, we're like, well, they're not. As a team, their stats aren't crazy, but his stats, what is going on?
And let's not forget that last time we saw him at a World Championship, they got top 8, and LJ put up historic offensive numbers. So he was the offensive MVP there. That's the last time we saw him at LAN. So we'll see some fireworks.
Daniel and LJ were on a team before, so it's crazy to think that. And well, it didn't go that well. But LJ, maybe he's just he loves being that solo carry, the big dog on the team, the marquee player.
It's not very often a World Championship offensive MVP comes from a team that didn't even play in the grand finals. So,
or even top 4.
Yeah, crazy performance from him. Keep an eye on LJ. But speaking of teams that are performing quite well that we haven't talked about yet, the Falcons do get to carry the title of Player of the Day as voted on by you, the Rocket League community on social media. Killiers will be the Player of the Day from yesterday. What a performance.
He just put up numbers. Falcons completely destroyed G2. 12 goals to 2. Killers was involved in 3 goals per game. Only his twin brother had a higher rate at that, but Killers, he's always been a land boy. And a lot of times we always talk about Roas and we talk about Player of the Day for day number 1 was Roas, and now it's Killers. So both twins, they get the player nomination. Right, but G2, like, they were expected to win this, or at least it was supposed to be close. Supposed to be going to game 5. Falcons dismantled them 3-0, and a lot of that is to Killers, but it was a full team effort.
Listen, that's a great point. Maybe the fans just really love voting for the Falcons. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's a good vote. I would have personally given it to LJ, but I have my vote. No bias, North American at all.
I mean, it's tough.
But
they played one match.
It's a good vote. They played one match. They stomped G2. I can understand the perspective. But when it comes down to it, LJ's playing like LeBron James.
It's hard to know in those series, though, that Falcons G2 matchup, when it's that one-sided, whether G2 didn't show up or Falcons are that good. It's pretty hard to gauge. Yeah.
Sure. Well, you got to give the credit to the winner at this point. They did make it through 3-0. Incredible performance from the Falcons. We'll see them play a little bit later on today. Now, we do have about 30 minutes before kickoff, and we do have people in the building. We've been talking to them. Leafs apparently asked a few of them some questions to talk to us. Leaf, where you at?
I'm over here. Hello, can you see me? Hey, I'm hanging out with Team 104.
We love you, Leafs.
Oh, there they are. There they go.
Leafs, we did. We love you, Leafs. We did. Oh, Leafs, we love you.
That's nice.
We love you, Leafs.
I love that chant too. I'm gonna have to talk over them. What's fun about that is my last time here, that was the first thing I came out to, and that's a storyline we have to cover. Is Team 104 originating here in the Copper Box? And the community that has evolved from around that. And I really wanted to get the community involved. So I went around asking fans questions they might want to ask the desk. So desk, I have questions for you. Would you like to hear them?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Good. All right. The first one, it was like 50% of the questions, to be honest. T-Bates, when's the next cast, man? That was amazing.
Never.
Hey,
one and done.
Hey, listen, you can't be undefeated at casting if you never cast again after winning your first time. You know,
he's gonna up his day rate first. I'm like, I'm gonna put in my contract. Now I got to cast too. Putting in hours, Bates. Well done.
That's true. That's fantastic. Okay.
All right, next one.
What's next?
All right, here's one I really like because this could be someone's first show they're watching if their parents are watching along with them. And Slasher II asked, what is the most important thing for someone to know who has never watched the RLCS before?
Ooh, I got a good one.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, hear it.
Gibbs is beautiful.
I mean, yeah. Thank you.
He is.
Gibbs is beautiful.
Number two, put the
two.
ball in the back of the net. That's all you got to worry about. There's not too much you actually have to know about Rocket League besides that the cars can actually fly, right?
Yep.
That's about the
Yeah.
only thing. Besides that, it's kind of like hockey, I would say. So, you know.
I'd say number 3, these guys make it look so easy. I was even a professional. And
It's hard.
sometimes I'm watching Zen, I'm like, oh, I want to go jump back on the game and think, okay, it's actually not that easy to get instant double flip or triple flip resets.
Yeah.
So it is a tough piece. It's so hard.
I'd say if any team with mostly French players loses today, that's a big deal. That would be the thing I would say.
Be
Leaf,
fair.
Yeah.
What you got?
Okay, next one was from Jushu, and they want to know, it might be an obvious answer here, which player has been dominating so far, aka early MVP?
Ooh, I mean, well, we were just talking about LJ, and we were talking about Killiers as well. Is there something else we want to talk about?
I feel like LJ probably is my front runner because twins are splitting duties.
Okay.
You know, Leon Falcons. There's always Zen.
He's been fantastic still, yep.
You always got to put him there, but I do feel like what LJ has done so far for his team would put him in the MVP conversation. But the problem is you got to go far in this playoff bracket, right? So he might falter a bit.
I feel like we got to talk about beast mode as well, Bates.
Beast mode's got to be up there. I mean, he kind of stat pad a little bit playing against Power, and then they didn't perform against Falcons, but he did.
He's stat pad against Gen G, though.
He stat pad against Gen G as well. Clutch goals, so Beast is up there too.
Okay, all right. Leaf, what's next?
All right, I got one more for Bates here. Yaro wants to know,
Yay.
if G2 suddenly left Rocket League, they're gone. Who you moving on to?
Let's see here. G2 left. I could root for. Give me the blue wall. I'm gonna root for the blue wall.
Okay.
If G2 left.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the blue wall.
There we go. You're just following. He likes rooting for winners.
That's right.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, I think we got time for one more, Leaf.
All right, I'm going to head this one over to CJ then.
Yes.
This one comes from Lawler. You might know him.
Oh, okay.
He wants to know, basically, what is it going to take for someone to dethrone Torres as the GOAT in OCE and make top 8 again?
Oh, man, I think we need that boot camp. The length of the world's boot camp might help Power. I think they might need that. But I don't know. I think just getting back to the basics, I think we sit there back in OCE, we watch Europe, we watch, your Zens of the world, and think, oh, they're so much mechanically better. I need to be able to hit double, triple flip resets. But I think for the most part, when OCE comes on land, it's just the fundamentals that let them down. It's not the individual mechanics, the skill. It's just, rotation, structure, positioning.
Yeah, I agree, because I do see there's a lot of times in games, it's like they look comparable to their opponents, but there's always one of those games where they fall into those OC trap-ins where, like, the rotations get messed up or the whiffs happen. So as long as you get that consistency down,
You're
it is
about the
possible.
basics, the fundamentals.
Oh,
when you
yeah,
play,
that's
so.
all I have.
Back to that.
Yeah, definitely. A lot goes into being a professional Rocket League player. Leaf, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us. We'll talk to you
Hey,
again.
no worries. Thank you, and
later.
thank all of you.
We'll see them all a little bit later on. Team 104, I believe, going to be making predictions live in the building a little bit later on. So we'll get to hear from them and from Leaf. Speaking of, this isn't predictions, I guess. We've been power ranking the teams, all 16 teams that are here in London every day, and updating as the results come in. So we can show you the new power rankings here for day number 3. No surprise, if you go 3-0, we think you're really good. So Team Falcons, undisputed #1 on top of the power rankings.
But so far, with our caster power rankings, #1 has been a curse. It was BDS day 1, they lost, then it was G2. Now it's Falcons, but this is unanimous. This is the first time it's unanimous. #1 is Falcons.
I think if you're going to look at a team that might be harshly rated at Space Station Gaming, the only team they lost to was Falcons. So if you're giving Falcons a unanimous
And it was in
#1
5.
vote, they lost to them in 5. I mean, 7 looks pretty tough, Bates.
It does look pretty tough, but I mean, it all really comes down to this. All 8 teams, they all can win the tournament. That's why they're all in the top 8 in the power rankings at the moment. So I don't think it even matters. It's a new day, single elimination, 1 best of 7, going up against whoever's across the pitch.
But there is a big gap. Gentlemates 4.2, then Gen G 6.2. So I think the top 5 seems very close of who could win this major. I think a lot of people don't think that the bottom 3 can, but like if any of those 3, I would say Furia. Like if they get hot, watch out for them.
I'm proud of our talent team that we all successfully put the currently remaining 8 teams in the top 8.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that would be
read the
kind of
rules,
weird
right?
if we had done something else here, but good job, everyone, for putting that one together. Speaking of putting things together here, the power rankings are wonderful. They're fantastic. We got a little bit of time before we get to the gameplay today. Still 23 minutes before kickoff. So let's build a bracket. Let's put together what we think. Well, we already kind of did this. I'm setting it up strangely here. We put together a bracket. We all pooled our collective brains and made the infallible correct, just spoilers on what's about to happen. We'll show you. This is the bracket that we believe genuinely, absolutely, 100% is going to happen. Bates, I mean, your stamp of approval is 100% on this bracket. You led the charge on putting this together, didn't you?
Yeah, thank you, Bates.
Interesting. I definitely didn't make this. That's funny. I know. I love how y'all put that on me. I mean, it's a good bracket. I can see it happening. Furia beating Vitality. That would be an upset, and it's probably going to have to take them all the way to Game 7 for that ultimately to end up happening. G2 being SSG, they do it every single time. Falcon slapping Gen G, that could happen as well. BDS getting revenge against Alpine, that could happen as well. I think it will have to go all the way to 7. So whoever made this, you did a good job so far.
You made a good face.
You made this.
Yeah, you made this.
And
But our top 4, I love it. 4
the
different
top
regions
4.
for the
That's what we
first
want.
time in RLCS history. That's what I think a lot of us want.
Wait, no. There's really the grand final is the main point. 'Cause I don't see a European team in there.
That would be incredible,
That would be a
right?
first. And obviously Falcons winning, and it had to be 4-1 because G2, they make every grand finals, and then they lose 4-1.
Two NA teams as well, MENA and NA.
That's fact.
That's right. Hey, listen, we were talking earlier about like what do Rocket League fans who are tuning in for the first time need to know to watch RLCS. There has never in the history of Neverdom been a international grand finals that did not include a European team. So this would be unprecedented if it happened.
And also, MENA has never won a major title.
Absolutely.
So Falcons are trying to do that as well. They made it to one grand finals before. That was in London, but they failed there. So.
And we've never had an international top 4, right? All 4 teams.
Yes, and all 4. So I think we are primed for something historic.
We're predicting with our hearts, and a little bit our heads. It's one of the most believable, crazy brackets we've ever built. So I'm excited to get into it, folks. Now, we said we would talk to Leaf again a little bit later. Leaf is standing by with a special member of the community.
A special member might be an understatement here. I'm hanging out with Lathamir. That's right. From pro to coach to manager to content creator, you've casted as well. You've been all over the place here. Now you've been dabbling in playing at a higher level a little bit recently too. So I want to get your thoughts as to the growth that we've seen in the meta of Rocket League and these players.
Right. Well, I say that London and Copperbox is synonymous with Rocket League at this point. This is the third time that we've been here. This is my first time though. I didn't get to come.
Welcome.
On the exactly. I'm very excited. 104 is behind us here. They've been great every tournament.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I haven't. This isn't my neck of the woods for the last half of the decade. I've been around Rocket League since the start, so 8 years now and counting, or 7.5.
It's almost a decade. That's crazy.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm getting old. I'm almost 30.
Let's not. So tell me about the meta then. Like, I mean, these players are so good now.
They really are. The meta constantly changes. I would say that more recently it's kind of plateaued over the last couple of years, but there's always people like Zen that come out and really show that there's still much more to do with the game.
Well, we talked about how difficult it is. CJ said it's very hard. Just looking at it, it's harder than you think. Is there something in particular? I mean, is it just mechanics? Like, what is it that makes these players so great in your eyes?
I mean, the big difference between pros and the SSLs, high-level players that you see in ranked versus on the stage is really just the decision-making and the reaction time. People nowadays are very mechanical. You're seeing Grand Champs, champion players who are flip resetting, double flip reset, but the players who are here, they don't make many mistakes. You have to open up the doors in a very creative way to even get one goal on the board.
So is age going to be a problem? Are us old-timers doomed?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Rocket League's one of those games where reaction time isn't as important. You have to have the brains, and I think
Is that just you trying to convince yourself?
It's a little bit of copium, maybe a little bit of copium, but I'm not there yet. I gotta de-rust a little bit.
That's amazing. All right, well, a final question here just for you on the way out then. I mean, are we gonna see you try again in the future? Because these open quals are cool that anybody can try.
I tweeted about it. I've got some offers. I haven't it's a long off season, so I'm nothing yet, but I'm gonna be working, gonna be grinding, and obviously keeping up with the YouTube and everything. So that's the most important thing.
That's absolutely. If fans want to meet up later, is there any way to see you, hang out with you throughout the event?
I'll be trying to stay on the hallways to say hi. Don't be shy. I don't bite. I love to talk to people, get to meet you guys. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for some people, so I want to make sure that they get their chance to see who they want to see.
That's awesome. Hey, those guys are making some noise, so make some noise with them for Lathamir. Thanks for hanging out. It's good to see you here.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate Lathamir being a part of this event. He's a huge part of the community, as are the Gentlemates fans. Reigning, defending major champions right now. They've brought an army with them to root for them. We'll see the Gentlemates play a little bit later on today.
It's going to be loud in here. It's going to be loud much later today. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And I think these players feed off that energy as well. They always are so appreciative that the fans come out and cheer for them. And like honestly, I feel like there is no team here that this crowd will not get loud for. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty universal. I mean, we're back at the home of Rocket League. It's a spiritual home. It's great to be back. I think I don't know. I think something special's in store. It's got that feeling about it.
If there's one place that we could turn into like a Rocket League arena, it's this. Even the seats even look like eggs. No, well, that too. That's
Or
cool.
let's
But
just buy it. Yeah,
we're
let's
just buy the building. You know, just the four of us. We'll pool our money. We'll make that work. Speaking of all of us all trying to like pool our energy and resources, we all pooled our knowledges to try and put together the best fantasy teams we possibly could. Some of us did better jobs than others. We could show you guys how the fantasy is going so far. Many players now, at least half the players knocked out of the tournament, which means some of these.
Oh my gosh, Stumpy! Holy!
Into place, they struggle to move. Bates, you're doing fantastic, bud.
Wow, number 2.
I am doing fantastic. I believe Stumpy is basically locked in number 1. Monkey Moon and Chronic's averages are crazy. Virtuoso's knocked out of the tournament. He's gonna win. So now it's really about everybody else fighting from two through last. And at the moment, I'm holding 2 for the longest.
You gotta believe. You gotta believe that you can catch up. You have LJ. He can pop off again. We're talking about
LJ's
MVP.
been the best statistical performer of the whole entire fantasy season so far. The 4 days we played, that's gonna be hard to
Listen, I gave up as soon as
CJ,
Gibbs gave me that 16th seed, and look where I finished.
Yeah, well, I got 15 seeds. Didn't work out. But Bates had 14, so
Yeah,
we have no
excuses
excuses here.
here.
But CJ, you didn't pick a twin. That's your problem, I think, at this point.
Yeah,
You picked TRK.
It's a bit of a problem, but I mean, the Twins aren't on any of the top teams, are they?
James
Ross
has been doing pretty well.
James and Stacks, both in the top half, so yeah.
They've got a
Ross is really carrying that team.
Respect. He's the numbers guy, so.
He would, you know. He always finds a way there. I'm just happy to be in the top half here. So we got a few different talent competitions going on. One of them is the fantasy draft we just showed you. The other one is always running a prediction battle, seeing who knows ball the best. It's been really difficult to know ball at this event. There's been a lot of topsy-turvy matches, I feel like. That's the excuse I'm going to make.
The fact that he changed.
I don't know
Prediction
this.
champs usually.
I don't like
4-time winner, 3-time winner, you know. So.
This is making me unhappy right now what you guys are doing. Can we show the numbers? Can we pull up the graphic?
Why don't you pull where
Do you
CJ
want
is
one of
right
these?
now?
Let me have- yeah.
Where's CJ at right now?
Let's see, CJ.
23.
You are in the bottom half, slumming it down here with me, okay?
Chat, you got to give props. They are tied for first with me and Bates. Bates, I just got
How
to
are
say.
you two are okay, Gibbs? I guess you're always up
Yes,
there, but
of
how
course.
on earth is T Bates?
Because I'm not comfortable.
No, here's the thing. Bates is close in both of these. He's going to choke them both. Final day, he's going to somehow find a way to not get one of those precious medals. So, Bates, I want to crown you a champion at the end of this weekend, all right, Bates? So
It
don't let
doesn't
me
sound
down.
like it. It doesn't
Don't
sound like
roll
you want to
except for
crown me. It
predictions,
actually
because-
sounds like
because
you're
I'm
preying on
gonna
my
win that,
downfall. That's a major haterade energy.
I mean, Jorby's up there as well, but that entirely depends on how well
On
Fury
South
do. If
America.
they win the tournament, Jorby's probably taking out the
yes.
prediction contest.
You're asking how is T-Bates up so high? You got 3 North American teams in the
Yes.
bracket. That does help out a lot there.
help.
Gibbs, what are you going to do when Chat wins this whole thing? How do we give Chat a medal?
I'm going to have to buy a lot more of those 24 packs of those shiny medals. They cost $5 a pop, so it's going to get pricey. It's going to get pricey.
Okay. Well, folks, we are getting closer and closer to getting the first match underway under the copper box. It's going to be a great one. I think we could show you the schedule of matches again. Only 4 matches going to be played today, all best of 7, switching up the format a little bit, which means that timeouts are on the lines for coaches to be able to be used here. At every one of these games, T-Bates has something in store for it, has a story behind it. I mean, if you have to
100%.
pick one for people to like make sure they're tuned in and got their popcorn ready, which one is it?
You know, somebody on the Reddit, they posted that the 3-0 teams, at least one of them loses every single time coming out of Swiss. And I think that Furia Vitality matchup is very intriguing. Vitality, they bested Furia the last 2 times they played on land. But Furia, they kind of had to go through a tough road this time around. Vitality cruised through. This might be Furia's best chance of taking out a Vitality team and taking out the reigning world champions.
And this is why I scripted it as the last match of the day. That is going to be the highlight match for sure. So look for that. But I like the BDS and Mates match. Obviously, it's a regional battle. Mates has the land wins. BDS has the online wins. Will that flip? We'll have to see it. And obviously, Falcons, that hot hand. So.
Yeah, 2 rematches from the Swiss stage already, so it's going to be interesting to see how the crowd plays into that factor.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this is the first match of the day. We're building up to G2 versus SSG. SSG on the border. Everyone was like, they're like the 8th, 9th. Maybe they slip through, maybe they don't. But I think this is where they really have something to prove, right? Making it to top 8, sort of an expectation. Making it to top 4 past G2, a team they have lost to 6 times in a row, that would be huge.
And that's the thing with Space Station. You lost 6 times in a row. You cannot get over that hump in NA. it doesn't matter, because if you win this match, this is the one everyone's going to recognize. So Space Station has their shot here. The problem is it's LJ, who normally is the best player on the field. The problem is going up against G2, who might have the 3 best players in North America.
I mean, they're not in NA anymore, so they've lost 6 times over there. It's on land. It's in a different continent.
Well, it's CJ. I mean, looking at the Falcons. Okay? I don't know. I think there's a different energy. The sun's never directly overhead over here. It's weird. But the Falcons, right? We expected great things about them in Copenhagen. They go to Game 7 against Carmine Corps. They fall flat there after looking dominant in the Swiss. They're looking dominant again here. But you've been in this environment. You've gone from playing in a booth across from a team to playing in an arena in front of a crowd where you feel the stage underneath you. Like, it changes things.
100%, but they have been, well, TRK at least has been here before in this exact situation. So I think you'll take that experience, and I don't know, the Twins, there's something about them, Gibbs. I don't think they're phased by too much. They just keep on showing up and popping off.
So who did you have winning the entire tournament?
I changed to Falcons there.
Okay,
yeah,
smart,
I've got Falcons.
That's what I got to. They just look so dominant. Then LJ was saying that in scrims, like, they're not only winning scrims, they're not dropping games in scrims. So Falcons are looking that dominant. So I feel like they're poised to hoist that trophy.
Against NA as well. I mean, G2 didn't really show up. I mean, with Gen G matchup, they are a bit of a different team, G2 to Gen G, so there could be a clash. I can see an upset. I don't want to be that person that's like anyone can win, but I can see it.
I mean, Gen G we've been talking about the Gen G slump. Is it over? Is it not right now? You know, Gen G in bracket on LAN always feels just different. They always find a way to show up. It was a heartbreaking loss for them in Copenhagen. They are ready to get revenge.
Yeah, we talked about it when we power ranked all of North America. I'm like, I still have Gen G number 2.
Yep.
I don't care how bad they are online. When they show up at LAN, they're a guaranteed top 8 team, and they showed it again here. It was a comfortable, they obviously went long, but it was a comfortable final round, so you expected them here, but to get the Falcons draw is rough.
Abjack, the only Englishman left in the tournament as well. So, you know, he's got the weight of the country, the hometown hero. We'll see if he can make it happen, folks. This is the bracket. We will play through the quarterfinals today, and we will play the semifinals and crown a champion tomorrow. So we'll go through them in the order you saw earlier. It's time for us to talk about the teams, to talk about the first match, get you guys prepped for the first games of the day. And it's going to be a doozy here as we get ready for it, folks. A North American head-to-head. You know the Europeans, they love watching NA play NA, so we're going to take care of that one first. Give it to them right out of the gates here. G2 taking on Space Station Gaming.
G2 Stride going up against the SSG squad that is hot. The last 2 times these teams played, it went to Game 7.
Chat, fans in the copper box, you know what time it is. Get up and get loud. It's game day.
Introducing first, on the blue side, the runner-up from the Copenhagen Major. Give it up for G2!
Music of fire.
A team that has been just ridden with greatness the whole entire year. They've added Beast Mode, they've added Daniel, and they have made every single grand final and every single tournament that they were eligible to play for. It all starts with Massimo Atomic, the best midfielder in the game in my estimation. He always sets up his teammates. The road to becoming a London Major champion begins now, going up against NA and SSG.
So we see Atomic, the North American Open Era GOAT. He just wins. That's all he does. But of course, he is joined by some new teammates from last year. And you got to say the best player possibly in the world, definitely in North America, Beast Mode. He carries this squad on the offensive side of the field. We saw it throughout Swiss. He just keeps delivering all year long.
And before he joined this team, there were some, I'd say, question marks on land for Beast Mode. Obviously, he was always putting up numbers in NA, but I mean, since he's been on G2 on this team, he is the performer on land. He's the guy you can count on, rely on. He's getting 500 score per game. He's getting 2 goals per game. That's why you put him in your fantasy team, T-Bates.
Yeah, that's what you do. And then you got that kid. He's back on the London stage. I think London kind of liked him when he was last here. I heard a couple of Daniel chants back in the day. Daniel, you're here to try to remedy what happened with SSG 2 years ago. No kickoff shenanigans this time around. G2, he's trying to beat his own team, actually, now think about it.
He's not even a kid anymore, you know? He's got so much experience on in front of crowds, and they look great in Copenhagen, possibly fan favorites in Copenhagen as well, because they're G2 fans. They travel globally.
They do travel globally. I'm trying to look for where Safety is. I didn't see Coach Popovich. London, let me take a quick look at the crowd. G2, I mean, their run, it was pretty decent, even though they did get slapped by the Falcons. And some will probably say this might be a Mickey run now, because if there was one team out of top 8, if you're a G2 fan, you want to play, it'd probably be another NA team, and they're playing SSG.
They have been on this stage before their opponents, making their 2024 RLCS LAN debut.
And their opponents on the orange side, ready for liftoff. Space Station Gaming, SSG!
Oh, those jerseys are clean.
Three and one out of the Swiss stage for Space Station Gaming. Their only loss was in 5 to Falcons, as we mentioned before. They're looking hot. They're in form. They're coming off a strong win against Furia. And that meant Chicago. We talk about J-Naps a lot in terms of North American veteran. Chicago been here since Season 6 at the World Championships with EG. He's still right up there.
People are sleeping on Space Station. We talked about the pro power rankings right after Copenhagen. They didn't even make it there. They were still unanimously 3rd across all the pros. So everyone knew how good these guys can be. We saw them at the last World Championship. They made a top 8 run. They obviously have a new 3rd there now. But Hoxer, he's that man in the middle. He's going to get the job done where he needs to. The spotlight is never on him. He does not care. He does what is needed for his team, and especially for his teammate, of course, LJ.
Oh, LJ, in my estimation so far, the MVP of the tournament, he has been great. His average of 484.19 score per game. My apologies, I gotta run through a couple stats. 1.06 goals, he's shooting 40%. That's 3rd out of everybody. He's not only scoring, but he's also been acting on the defensive end. He's been dominating too, 2.5. He has been balling out, and he is the reason, in my opinion, why SSG has made it this far. When he's playing this well, they can beat anybody.
And there's only one way to beat G2 here. LJ has to do it again. He has to do what he did through Swiss. He has to pop off. If he doesn't, G2 will walk away with this cleanly.
I mean, his stats are always fantastic. For me, the eye test, when you're watching Space
like that
Station,
too.
he is the guy that's controlling the pace of every series. No matter which team he's playing, he's controlling the pitch. He's the general, and he's a superstar.
He is a superstar, and his whole entire SSG team. I do want to touch on Hoxer as well. First off, he's got a neck that's very heavy right now. He's got a lot of gold on that thing. But second off, he really has been excelled as well. He's also a lamb boy. The last time we saw him, of course, all the way back at the World Championship, he was popping off alongside LJ. But then the storylines too. Chicago going up against G2, Daniel going up against SSG. I think it's Chicago's first time, Gibbs, playing his old organization on a LAN stage.
But the nerves, I feel like, have to be more on G2 side. Space Station, I think they got what they wanted, right? Top 8, that's what you want. Now, obviously, anything on top of this is icing. G2 is expected to win this tournament. That is what they came here for. We'll see if that matters to them. Last time it didn't. They made it all the way to the grand finals and then finally fall. They made every grand finals, and that's regionally or lands. So G2, that is what is expected of them.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Space Station can pull off this huge upset.
That's such a weight. That's such a weight on their shoulders. I mean, you pointed out LJ on the side of Space Station as the player who has to step up I got similar eyes on Daniel, but also on Beast Mode. I want to see LJ. LJ versus Beast Mode is the matchup here.
Yeah.
Which player is going to be able to pick up their teammates, put them on their shoulders, and carry them across the finish line?
And that's the thing I worry about with G2 at times is like it felt like it has been the Beast Mode show at times in Swiss, and I want G2 to go back to that 3-man pressure game that they are so good at. That's why their defense was the best in the world, because they just don't give up possession, and that's with all 3 members. Lately, they've been more on the offensive side, and they're putting up more numbers on that side, but they're giving up more goals. So I would love to see G2 kind of fall back into that defensive mode, because again, you're playing a team you were so comfortable with, you know how to beat them.
You can see right there, LJ first all-time in NA for land score per game. So
That's incredible.
and then Beast Mode, obviously, I mean, anytime he's on land, he's winning series. That's why he's got the highest win rate. Obviously, you got to favour G2 because they have the record. I mean, Space Station haven't beaten them yet. But if you're looking for stats, if you're a Space Station fan wanting something, I remember last season it was at the Winter Major in San Diego. Crew had not taken down Team Secret in South America. They could not beat them at all. They came up against them in front of the crowd, beat them for the first time live.
And it's funny because we keep talking about LJ as the MVP and all his great numbers. Beast Mode hadn't beaten him like every single category. That's how good Beast Mode is. He had 1.21 goals per game. Absolutely insane. His demos are also up like 2.1 as well. So he's getting physical. Space Station, not really a physical team. We'll see if that plays a factor.
It used to be the demos were sort of like, oh, you specialize in that. Certain players do it, most players don't. It's becoming more and more a fundamental that if you're able to get demos on the other side, your team is going to win more often.
Yes, Sath, you spoke about it about Dan as well. Obviously, before he was a very on-ball player, but adding another element to his game was the demos. What he's doing off the ball, how he's facilitating Atomic and Beast Mode when they get time has been huge for G2.
And then we talk about that Falcons match. G2 versus Falcons, they ran into a brick wall. I think a lot of that was because the competition that G2 has played recently hasn't been that good, outside of maybe a Space Station game. And so G2 now a more comfortable matchup. Do we start seeing that freestyle again? I doubt it, because I think nerves are going to play a factor and you don't really have that space. But like if G2's feeling comfortable, watch Beast Mode pre-jump, because that's going to happen.
Man, you're thinking about, like, obviously we're all eyes are on G2 to move forward in this situation, but Space Station, pressure for them. We touched on it earlier. This is the match for them. Making top 4 is incredible for their stocks going into Worlds in this situation. So, like, I feel like you could, if you're an SSG fan, this is your grand finals right now.
It's massive. I mean, we spoke about the difference between playing in the Swiss and then coming onto the crowd. I mean, it's a completely different ballpark. I think even as a player, the Swiss stage, sometimes you feel like it's got a bit of online vibes about it because you don't have the crowd, you don't have the pressure. This is completely different. So I know we're impressed with how Space Station went in the Swiss, obviously only dropping to the Falcons, but I need to see how they perform live.
But this is the best form we've seen from them all year, because Space Station lost to G2 6 times in a row. The last 2 times they went to Champions Field. They got closer and closer to taking them down. And then obviously here, they take down a Furia. They go 3-1 in Swiss. No one expected that. So Space Station is playing incredibly well.
Well, chat, let us know who you think is going to win. We'll make our predictions up here on the desk as well. CJ, who you got?
I mean, I have to go G2. I think the record speaks for itself. They're phenomenal. They only seem to really have a mental block against Mina for some reason. Maybe the scrims aren't going too well, but they are the kings of NA, and I think they'll get the job done.
They are kings of NA. I don't think the crowd matters at all, so I'm going G2.
I think SSG's had the harder road, and I also think they've been the better team so far, but I'm going to pick G2, though. I'm picking G2, though, only because SSG hasn't beaten them. I do believe that, as I feel like we're all going to sweep the desk. I think SSG doesn't deserve to be swept on the desk, but I'm picking G2 at the moment.
That was genuine at first. I thought you were pulling a switch on us there. No, SSG has had a lot to get here, but I do have SSG as well. Section 104, who are you going with? Oh. They're going with G2. They have G2 in this situation, as understood. So obviously they are the favorites. There is one entity that could have SSG's back here, folks. Which will it be, Space Station or G2? They got SSG. Coins got SSG's back here, folks. Not a complete
Get out the coin.
If no one's got you, you know the coin's got you, folks. So G2, they've got this one. This is their match to lose. SSG trying to play spoiling. Incredibly upset.
I mean, they are trying to play spoiling. Like I said, I do think that they just.
I'm ready, man. Been waiting for
I know what I'm gonna get from SSG every game.
land day for a while.
With a question mark, but they have been beating them the whole season.
We've talked enough the players already. It's time for the first match of the day.
Out of thousands of teams that compete throughout the year, only 16 earn the right to compete for a major championship. Only 8 teams earn the privilege of putting their name on the bracket. And for those 8 teams, their magic number is 4. 4 wins makes you one of 4 teams worthy of advancing to Championship Sunday. The G2 Army begins its march towards yet another final. But in their way, Space Station Gaming looks to prove themselves as a major contender. What happens on that stage is the difference between a shot at glory and better luck next time.
Man, I cannot wait for Worlds. Worlds is gonna be so fun.
This is the proving grounds. This is where legacies are forged. And London, this
Is Rocket League. Wonder where they've heard that one before.
A North American regional. This is not. 2 teams who know each other's games, know each other's weaknesses, but Stumpy, in this venue, everything changes.
There's absolutely going to be a favorite coming into this, not just because of the fact that G2 are that #1 team in North America, the kings of North America. But last time these guys played each other, it went all the way to 7 games. G2, they have beaten them 6 times in a row just this season. SSG, every time they've got better, but they need to do one better now and take home that dub.
7th time may well be the charm as far as Space Station Gaming are concerned, but they are up against the current kings of North America, Chicago's former team, Atomic, Beast Mode, and Daniel. The 3 of them have been tearing through all in their path at home, and now here's Stumpy. They look just as dangerous, especially the man who took that early shot.
And bear in mind, like with G2, they have had a little bit of an interesting Swiss run. Space Station, even more so, only losing to Falcons earlier on. Daniel, with a relatively early shot. The Space Station Gaming, to be honest, their run through, they went 3-2 versus the Falcons. The team 3-0 at our current, apparently, 1.0 in the favourites for our desk.
Shows the quality that G2 Stride have. Currently, they've started this first game just that little bit better, as we expect to see. Currently unbeaten against Space Station Gaming this season. They'll be able to keep that up here as Atomic takes a touch onto the backboard. Follows it up, Hoxer's there. And I look to Hoxer and Chicago around LJ. Will they step up? Because LJ has been just supreme.
He's been stunning. He is, I think, the best performing player so far in the entire event, or at least the best fantasy player to have this entire event. Only challenged by Beast Mode. An early shot from Hoxer. It's going to stretch the defense a smidge.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, like Goomba Stomp.
And I think we're going to see a lot of aggression come out from SSG, because right now, LJ is the man on their side as the spear tip, but he needs somebody to force it into the opponent.
There's Beast Mode pulling the strings there. That's led to this sustained period of pressure. Beast Mode yet again finds Atomic. The passing from G2 always perfect. Ever looking to turn forward and keep the end going. Another chance just flashes by. Space Station hold out for now. Daniel into the center. Beast Mode almost wins that race. Daniel's tracking. LJ misses. Who's going to be next to touch it? It's Hoxer who gets the block. We remain at 0.
An extended period though, and it only
Great pass by Beast Mode.
Atomic with the opener for G2.
It had been coming. Beast Mode just refused to leave the place. Stuck there in the corner, which Space Station Gaming weren't expecting. G2 have their lead, and it's a story that we've seen before between these teams.
G2, when they get that first goal, typically you're going to be looking at around a 75% win rate across North America, getting that first goal to win the game. Between G2 and SSG, it's an utterly different story. G2 have a 95% win rate against SSG when they score first.
That's ridiculous.
To squeeze their odds into that 5%, have a little bit of a better run for it after having that first goal concession.
For SSG, I mean, they have had beautiful victories so far. The win against Furia, perhaps the most impressive of all yesterday. They were favorites to lose that series and somehow found a way to win. So they do have it in them to step up their time of need. 3-1 in the Swiss, already a great output from them. But Chicago takes a touch forwards, gets it almost over the top of Daniel. Arriving in now. He's the man that Space Station Gaming need on the ball. There's not enough boost for here, and Atomic shoots it. Hoxer sends it out wide. Chicago pinches.
It's a nice play towards the corner as well, trying to find these teammates on their push it back out from their own goal side. because G2 have been offensively stunning this entire event. Typically, you're going to be looking at them to be the offensive team, and actually, they have been one of the most impressive offensive teams this entire Swiss stage. Space Station doing very well themselves. LJ typically leading the numbers. And a great pass central, but again, nobody from SSG able to find it. LJ beaten out by Atomic. Daniels up, full boost, goes for the man. Hoxer can't make it. Beastman with a light.
Yeah. I don't know what Hoxer.
2-0 G2.
Beast Mode the Magician. There wasn't much goal that wasn't covered by
Hoxer's just floundering and
Beast Mode found that spot. Two goalkeepers twirling towards it was never going to be enough. G2 Stride, who came so close, Stumpy, in Copenhagen. Desperate to go that one step further this time around.
And you know what, I'd argue that, to be honest, Beast Mode shot it exactly where the keepers were, but with his lack of speed, he completely threw them for a loop. You're expecting it to be sent so quickly. He slows it down, realizes he's a little bit too ahead of the play, and so therefore, if he shoots at full speed, he's rocketing it right above the crossbar.
We heard CJ mention the Ashes earlier on, and that was a slower ball
us.
that worked out, that got the wicket, Stumpy. All right, mate.
Oh, cricket, Homer cricket, etc.
LJ sends that one forward. Chicago's there. Space Station trying to get themselves going there. Aerial prowess has been sublime so far this event, but G2 defensively strong. Daniel to the ceiling. He follows it up. Chicago sends that one out wide, but there's too much defending from Space Station gaining. 35 seconds left until they're a long way down.
I said earlier about G2 scoring that first goal, their win rate. Daniel's going to near enough make it 3. Chicago does manage to clear that one away, and then Beast Mode bumped to
I can very much hear your
goes in, and instead that's Daniel in for the save. 1 or 2 seconds wasted yet again for G2, and their game management towards the end. But throughout this entire game has been precisely what they needed.
They are a team that never throw things away, somewhat G2. They'll never sit back in defense.
yes. Do you not have it like on your PC or something?
Yeah, I have it on the speaker.
Yeah, it's very much easy to ease here.
Oh, I don't know.
Kickoff plays have been the flavor of the split so far.
This mic is gonna sound way worse, but it's on my headset, so I can turn down the.
Okay.
All right. Can you hear it now?
No. Yes, yes I can.
What about now?
Yes, it's still very loud.
What about now?
Yes.
Damn.
I think you're just gonna have to listen with your headphones.
All right. What about now?
Yes.
Here now, 2024. And it's going to be a
What? I have.
tomorrow that lifts that trophy.
I have my noise suppression.
It's not noise suppression if it's louder than you. It's not gonna. It's picking it up as if you're talking.
I mean, it's a farce up to now. Beast Mode and Daniel have not won a major.
It is a
I can still hear it, but.
so clearly at the top of North America, want to make sure that they
now?
just have that final part of North
Yes.
America. They want that to be
Okay, I'm just gonna turn it all the way down.
final major before we reach the
I don't know why you don't just listen with your headphones.
One of these two teams will be going through to that semi-finals as the North American representative. G2, I think, Cole, clear advantage.
This gets me back here. Is it something? I mean, isn't it lovely to be back at the Copper Box?
Lovely.
It's the home of Rocket League. It's our home as well.
I've lived here for 2 years.
And G2 are looking like they are feeling at
Well,
home so
this
far in
is-
this quarterfinals. Keeping forward this streak.
I mean, yeah, GT looked in total. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even see how they scored. SSG scored a goal, but 99% of that game was just G2 with literally all the control.
Yeah, see, I told you. I was like, I wasn't worried about it yesterday.
Well, I also think SSG's playing a lot worse than they played yesterday. But if SSG come online, it's going to be a good series. But I mean, Hoxer and Chicago have done nothing so far. Just need to give LJ some opportunities, and then I think we have a series on our hands. But but this is not the series that I am having anxiety attacks over right now.
Who do y'all play?
Falcons.
Oh shit.
That's why I'm, dude. It's winnable because I think we're looking the best we've looked since Major 1. But at the same time,
Falcons are looking the best.
if Falcons play like they did yesterday, they're 4-0ing their way through this entire tournament. I don't think they'll play that good because that was quite literally like prime vitality levels good. But yeah.
Now here he is against them, potentially breaking their hearts. Atomic trying to double up G2's lead in his own corner. LJ closes him down. LJ yet to really have his stamp on this quarterfinals.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm very nervous for our series. Luckily, we play second, so
I mean, it's exactly like I thought it was. We got shit on by Falcons, so then we came back and we are like, okay, no more playtime.
Yeah. Falcons or G2 definitely looks so much better than they did yesterday, but I also think SSG just looks so much worse. I mean, there's just whiffs. Like, Hawkser has literally whiffed the ball like 20 times.
Rule 1.
Oh. I don't know if it was Daniel or Chicago who broke it, but shame on them.
Chicago.
I think it was too.
Daniel's got no reason to break it. Daniel's too much of a troll to break that. I don't see Daniel breaking that.
Chicago shooting. LJ gets the bump. All level. Space Station Gaming on the board. LJ, of course, involved. There was a double commit there from Atomic and Beast Mode, and Daniel just couldn't wriggle free of LJ. Chicago puts it away. Space Station Gaming have their moments.
It's not.
Both sides completely level, but on this kickoff, a clear advantage for Space Station Gaming. Atomic can be out of Hoxer challenging him, and B-Mode gets rid of him purely for the arrogance of taking the ball away. And again, a demo. This is the aggression that we've seen from G2 and how they can get the dubs against teams in their own region and at this Swiss stage. At the top of the table, they are currently number 2 in demos on the G2 side of things. Offensively, they are sublime.
Number 2 in demos is actually kind of crazy for G2. Because I've never taken them as demo heavy people. Oh, this is now bueno. Oh, what a clear from Beast Mode.
For a second, he could force that one through until we slow down for a second with Hoxer on the ball. LJ below him. Hoxer gets the flip reset.
That's really good play. When did SSG score a first goal? Wait, what? When did they score a first goal?
Brilliant speed from him. Gets in the middle. Understands his teammate's plan. Communicates on the backboard. Hoxer up high. A lovely touchdown. Nearly dunks Beast Mode.
Oh, wait, I remember that now. I'm gonna watch on Twitch because I'm behind you and I don't want to be behind you. I just don't like watching Twitch.
He was deep, able to come forward with momentum to attack this ball. Space Station Gaming going for the kill right now. Beast Mode on his own back foot. Hoxer waiting to see where Beast Mode puts it. Hoxer trying to track G2's attack. Hoxer one more touch. Hoxer force it home, not quite able to.
Dan just about with very low boost could sneak his way back home. LJ, another reset. So far, we're seeing a G2 side that's stretching for these saves, and SSG, they have control of the game, control of the ball, boost on their side as well. LJ going long with it, wasting those vital seconds. Dan wants to pump it straight back, and Hoxer is there to receive. 15 for G2 to work back into the second.
Oh, you can't say the night, can you?
No. It'd be so much different if I literally didn't have to leave on Monday. Because tomorrow, like, I gotta pack and I got my league match. It's just...
You can't go home early in the morning, bro. Come on.
what I get.
Just
I
lead
guess.
by like 10 and you'll be alright. That'll give you plenty of time to get ready and to play your match.
I guess I could leave early. All right, fine. I'll stay tonight, I guess.
We are in a series right now, and against G2, that is nothing new. Open qualifier 4, they lost 4-3 to G2. Open qualifier 5, the grand finals.
Dang it, I wish he still lived in Pensacola.
Why?
Because I can go to my friends and get my bottle that I have left there. I still have like half a bottle of tequila.
Oh, I have vodka too.
Okay.
It'll be a game 7 or the other way round, and then they might drop it to a 4-1 the next time. They have been on Genji's tail. They didn't come to Copenhagen. They couldn't get through Genji in the quarterfinals 3 times. But they're proving that they're going to be able to play with the big dogs. Anyway, we saw on a graphic before the series kicked off. LJ versus Beast Mode. That is the conversation of this series.
Oh, for sure. Beast Mode has been pretty much flawless throughout this entire event. I mean, he is surrounded by brilliance on the pitch. And even despite that, he is the man who somehow still manages to stand out. But on the other side, LJ, my pick so far for MVP, for bringing Space Station Gaming to this point, for giving them the opportunity for hugely going above and beyond expectations and reaching the semis.
Well, I spoke to Rettles a little bit earlier on in the green room, and he was saying, look, LJ has always been this good. He is, in his estimations, about in the top 3 in North America, and I don't doubt him whatsoever. He's had to play against him, gosh knows how many times, and he puts it up in the estimations of the Beast Mode to Daniels for Atomics. Anybody else in the top conversation in North America? Jack, FK Chronic. LJ is sitting with them, and alongside him, Chicago and Hoxer, 2 phenomenal players. Vying to be that NA representative on this side of the bracket.
Well, a couple of tight games. Space Station Gaming found the way in game 2. 2-1 on each side in the opening couple. As Beast Mode pushes one into the center, Atomic was hoping the ball would fall to him. Daniel, it does fall to. There's Demo in the corner, and Hoxer sends it away. So much history between these 2 teams. Chicago, major winner with G2, dropped by them coming into this season.
Alongside Atomic
as well, of course. On the other side now, still playing for G2, the last remaining one of that major winning trio. Can history repeat itself, or will former teammates stand in his way?
Daniel as well on G2 side, picked up by SSG early on. But a shot from Atomic is going to make sure that we look right back at this game. Minute and 10 has elapsed. Nobody getting the early advantage. LJ picking up boost, challenges first one, gets rid of B-Mode, who keeps on his reset. But again in the back, now it's 2v1, but Hoxer with nothing allows Atomic straight back in, and Daniel kindly gives him 33 boost.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. Daniel was nudged out the way there by LJ, and his response was to pick up some pads, come back, demo in, and lead to a chance for G2. Didn't quite go in, but just a reminder that Daniel ain't going to be bullied on the pitch. Here he comes again to the backboard. We'd love to see this one. LJ's in his way now. These two having a personal battle. The others getting involved. Chicago there into the corner. Beast Mode wants it. Instead, leaves it to Daniel. Daniel with fire in his eyes at the moment. Hoxer has to track him every step of the way just to keep this one at 0-0.
Everyone on the pitch forcing touches. Atomic. Sends it to Daniel. Sends it a little bit too wide of the net, unfortunately for him. LJ long shot.
Octane Daniel. Don't see that very often.
LJ can come in to try and challenge him. Can Chicago be the next man to it? No. B-Mode is there. B-Mode touch central. Interrupted by Hoxer. Approaching half-time. And the pressure has been flip-flopping back and forth. LJ reset round 1. Chicago to receive. Instead, be out for himself by a defending G2 player. Has to get that ball quickly. Daniel's there. Beast Mode backboard down. LJ blocks backboard again. Seems like no matter where you look on this pitch, each team looks at the opposing player and is frustrated that nothing can get through.
Lovely pass there from Daniel towards Beast Mode, but Beast Mode's touch a little bit heavy, allowing Space Station Gaming just to send it back. Want to alleviate that pressure for now, but here comes Atomic. That's all good from LJ. Perhaps he knew Chicago was coming. Still, the awkwardness is there onto the
Beast Mode. Oh my god.
The shot's good, is it? Saved to the near post. SSG still survive.
Miraculous saves. Now
Oh
Chicago
shit.
the other side
That's a
has a
goal.
reset from
Nah.
cleared away.
Yeah. Anywhere near enough.
B-Mode saves it away before any
See, told you SSG can't take them lightly. They are after that game 1, they have turned it up.
I never admit that.
Okay, maybe you can. Never mind. I don't.
Well, we have beast mode, so you know.
this is more of
You know-
I don't really know what. I mean, it's a terrible 50 by Chicago, and who knows what Hawksher's doing either.
Hawksher's just here at the ball sport.
Chicago challenging high on that play too, maybe anticipating the beef was going to jump up, go for that 50 instead.
I mean, it's a crazy. Like, I feel like both these teams might be top 4. It's tough though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, dude, there's like 4. There's 8 teams who could be top 1. I never thought I'd say that about SSG earlier this season. Oh my gosh.
Oh
Beast
my
mode.
God.
Dude, this is literally a masterclass from Beast Mode and whatchamacallit, and LJ. It's a LJ Beast Mode masterclass on both sides. It's just beautiful.
Wow. You know what I love? I love that Daniel came in, and now Beast Mode's doing what everybody thought Daniel would do. Like, Daniel's had his moments, but I think everybody expected Daniel to be more dominant than what he is.
Yeah. I just think the craziest thing is how, as soon as Daniel left SSG, LJ, like, straight up went from, like, you know, a very good side piece to, quite literally, like, top 3 in NA. From going from, I would, like, whenever I saw them drop Daniel for Hawksher, I was like, okay, SSG's not even making land. and then they've just like completely elevated since.
Yeah.
I never thought Hawksher would just like, he's not, like, he's in a very meh player. Like, miss putting him rough. He's still a very good player, but it's like,
Hawksher is kind of like, Hawksher reminds me of a lesser version of Chronic. Just a very good.
No, he's nothing like Chronic. He's more like Abject than he is like Chronic. But they still don't. Hawksher is a very strange case. He is a specific. He's such a good. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, initiator for LJ. He's probably like, I don't think there's a better player in the world to play around LJ than there is Hawksher.
Bro.
Like, even if no matter how good I think like of a replacement you can find, I don't think anyone should replace Hawksher. I think him and LJ are like a locked-in duo that will do a lot of good things.
Hey.
Once again, people thought that LG was better than SSG last split. People genuinely tried to defend SSG not making it.
We now have time-offs available to both of these teams. And if I'm Sad Jr.,
Because they had to face Shinji in quarters 3 times in a row.
It looks to me currently like maybe he disagrees. I haven't seen any movement to suggest we will have a tactical timeout. Check out these highlights, and whenever G2 are involved, there will be highlights. Glorious goals. I mean, this guy has been at the heart of G2 so far this event, and it's been no different this game.
Can confirm that no timeout has been called.
Yeah. I don't think you need a timeout, but
I love going back and forth with G2's Rocket League. Social media manager.
And therefore usually winning these, they're going to be able to be on that series point with the semi-finals well within their sights.
There's no way that the broadcasters predict that we forward to Space Station.
They've got that belief, they have the ability, they have the dream.
they definitely didn't. They did they had a bracket before and they had G2 making finals, so.
Yeah. No, I mean they predicted like us beating SSG 4-2.
Oh. Okay, well, I mean that's fair enough. Like,
yeah.
I think 6 or 7 is where it's gonna go.
Not what they planned. However, they do survive. Daniel around the corner again. It's all G2 control. Space Station Gaming. First job is to wrestle this ball back and take it from there.
I mean, see the control that SSG can do. Bear in mind they won that previous game or the game before that one. the previous 3-1.
I love the London ball that they're using. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, hopefully we get a good one for Worlds.
But the counter-attacks from G2, utterly magnificent. LJ is going to be the man to block it away. Plays Goldie himself. Fakes out.
Oh, dude, imagine you got that reset.
Slowing it down. LJ Central, Daniel to receive. Hoxha
Oh, that's just a toss and a half.
back over towards Atomic. Hoxha up high. Called up by Chicago, but no.
Why would Chicago go for that? I'm like, how many boosts?
I get scared for SSG. Here he goes again. He's got the flip reset into the center. It's set long, but Daniel's there. You survive one, in comes the other. To the ceiling, the flip reset again. Atomic's turn to have a go. Space Station have right back in their net. The best thing you can say about this game from them, they haven't conceded yet. Will that change soon?
Took a long time for the first goal to come for G2, but a touch on the backboard may well make it come sooner in the second. Or the fourth, rather. Daniel removing Chicago. Touch sidewall, no one with any idea to go for that again, so Daniel's been the first man to it. Beast Mode wanted to retain that control. Up high, Atomic fakes it high, goes low, passes to a ghost in the midfield.
I know he wanted that flip reset.
Bit of confusion. Have some of this possession.
Yeah, the SSG are staying way too still in defense. The momentum's disappearing. They're reversing, they're slowing, they're getting in each other's way. Desperate times right now for the team in yellow, especially with Atomic coming forward. Daniel has a chance to end it. Oh,
Yes.
he hits the post. SSG
Wow.
Bro.
They really just got bailed out, considering that Chicago was doing Jack. That is a ballsy fake. Was that? I think it was with Atomic, dude. That is a ballsy fake. Because if LJ was ready for it, it's a goal.
Oh shit.
Oh my gosh. How does LJ score that?
The opening goal.
You stay alive for as long as you can. Who knows how Lady Luck will
How does it? They made Daniel own goal. They made Daniel own goal. That's hilarious.
Space Station Gaming thanking their lucky stars, but they earned their luck.
Yeah, Tommy with a little bit of a rotter there, sending it straight back. SSG, when they're playing G2, they have around a 75% win rate when they get that first goal.
Yeah, this match right here isn't SSG just getting bailed out. I don't know what the hell it is.
I mean, hard to get bailed at the pro level.
Well, considering we practically missed an open net, and then
That's
we,
more of
and then
a-
we 50'd it into our own net and then own goaled it. I don't think it gets
That's
much
less of
better
a
than that.
that's less of a bailout and more of a your opponent getting a very lucky break that your opponent sucks.
The best team, yeah, the best team, and then it just decides to suck for like a good 20 seconds.
But Daniel gets rid of him, so his actual play can't continue through. Completely read by G2.
You can never relax. When you're up against G2, there's always someone there.
Dude, I don't get how LJ just like consistently is just so absurdly good on land. I mean, he was offensive MVP at Worlds last year. He's probably gonna win offensive MVP again here. To be honest, I don't think there's a player who's played better than him so far. But fortunately, he just doesn't have the best team. Looking at you, Chicago. Hoxer's fine. Hoxer might not be the most talented, but he at least, like, he has the benefit of having god tier chemistry with LJ. But Chicago, man, this dude is just so not good.
I'm not gonna lie. After Kalir's performance against G2, he honestly might have a chance of winning offensive player too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like,
Bro scored like almost every single goal against us.
obviously he has a higher chance than LJ because it's just Falcons are probably going to go farther.
Yeah.
But like what LJ is doing, he like Hilliers is doing it because he has a good team around him. He has a very good like
Yeah.
the team around him is just so much better than SSG. SSG literally lives and dies by LJ. Obviously, you don't want to live and die by one player. It's not really a great strategy, but I mean, when your player is as good as LJ, Can't really be that upset.
Daniel tips it towards Chicago. Hoxer was still on there. Space Station Gaming on the front foot, playing Brave Rocket League all the way to the end.
Oh no, Hawkser! What is that touch?
Oh no. Oh, you got lucky.
I'm loving it. We got a banger series to start off the day. Please just make every series today go to 7.
Oh,
Dude, if every series goes to 7 today, that'd be sick.
Oh, Beast Mode is trying so desperately to score, do something. He's not left the ball.
Yeah, I mean, Atomic, like, I don't even know if Atomic has done anything, but... Oh, Beast Mode scoring this. Oh.
Daniel! What the hell? That's the second time! Jesus.
Bro, you're supposed to be Laniel. What's going on, brother? Wait, I just thought of this. Instead of, we should call him Lanjay. Just...
I love Beast Mode. Oh god, that man is...
Another giant leap towards their throne. It's Beast Mode, it's top corner, and the rest I don't even need to tell you. We're currently seeing G2 play how they have done this entire North American season. They've got an astonishing win rate against other North American teams. Atomic himself, he's got a 73% win rate against North American teams. And a timeout coming in favor of SSG. And Sad Jr., I am happy you called it there, because you've got it for this exact reason, trying to stem the flow of the team sitting opposite. It's not a surprise to see Space Station Gaming take it now. Sad Jr. tends to only use his tactical timeouts after SSG lose a couple in a row, or if they lose game 6 going into game 7. And this is the former. This is when their backs are on the wall and suddenly they've got to step up and reach a level they haven't reached all season. It can happen. This is where magic happens. This arena is where history is made.
Oh yeah, I gotta go to church anyway, so that works out perfect, yeah.
What time do you leave to go? Or?
At 9.
Okay, yeah. Maybe I'll leave at 9. It's perfect, because then I can get back, and then...
A venue known for the magic that it's produced every single time we've been here, not just in the grand finals, but making players' careers. Having it be the most community-focused arena in the world for Rocket League. Supportive claps, potentially, or just cheering for their warlords in G2 to continue their romp over North American teams.
Coming into this major off the back of 2 open qualifier victories. As we listen to this, it's difficult not to be confident for G2.
The crowd have their favorite and Sathu claps along with them. G2 have the advantage in the copper box, but all they are after is gold. This is the first step on that long journey, and one more game will send them semi-finals bound.
This ancient org within Rocket League, been here pretty much since the beginning. They've come close on so many occasions. They have tasted victory at a major. They are more than capable of doing it once more for the first time in this roster's history. G2 playing to win, playing to reach the semi-finals. SSG still in their way though.
That timeout on SSG's side, hoping it's going to be in their favor, but G2, they get just as much time to talk. Hoxer off the kickoff, challenged immediately by Beast Mode, or rather Atomic. Pinch Central, Chicago's going to leave that ball a little bit too rich for his blood.
As if the challenge for Space Station Gaming wasn't enough. In the history of RLCS lands, team are 9 at 127 after calling a timeout 3-1 down. So there's a long way to go, it's fair to say.
And they've also not won a single one on LAN. After being 3-1 down and you call a timeout, You're 0-19 currently. Can SSG be the one to bend that trend? Can they get the 7th win in a row? The numbers are not on their side, but who needs numbers when you've got raw talent?
Here's a man who's very talented. Hoxer over the top. Atomic's there. You have to be aware of what Hoxer is conjuring up. LJ's watching this one. Leaves it for beast mode instead. Fakes him out to try and get some control, but it's going into his own corner. Beast! Oh! You've got to stop! He's too good!
Dude, like...
A revolting play for him the entire way down. Uses LJ to assist him.
Like, man, I don't even know.
Don't want to be doing that, and so far in the Battle of the Titans that we set up at the start of this series, Beast Mode has been the one on top. Daniel from the kickoff sends it straight into that orange half, and I have a feeling that may well be where this ball is going to live.
Space Station Gaming have to start now, and they might!
Oh, what?
Okay, Cargo. Welcome. Oh, no. Never mind, that was Hoxer.
Yeah.
I was only looking at the corner of my eye. Never mind, that's Hoxer cooking. Cargo did nothing. He was just there for the...
SSG level, just over a minute gone.
He's just there to wrap it up.
It's harder now than ever. Atomic gets another victory set. Chicago has to get this save. So that's what he does. Now Daniel into the center where nobody was waiting. Chicago just steams in. It's a clean touch back to G2. Space Station Gaming have to make the most of any momentum they just got themselves, because since scoring, G2 have taken control again. They've got Atomic on the ball. They've got Daniel shooting.
Oh my gosh.
They always find a way to get it in.
400 IQ from each player individually. Atomic double tap over and a miss coming in. Chicago and Hoxer couldn't make contact.
Damn, that's unfortunate for LJ.
I mean, dude, it's just like... I don't know what in the world LJ is supposed to do. Chicago is just doing nothing. He is literally a traffic cone. Like, at least he scored the open net. Like, that's about the only thing he's done this series. Like, it's just not even his fault. I feel so bad for LJ, man. Because Chicago has just been...
Like, what? What was that 50? Dude, poor Chicago. Bro probably is going through it right now.
Knowing Beast Mode's there, who then has to do a little bit of work to sneak it in past running back LJ. 2 goals separating. Neither team so far being able to come back from a 2-goal.
He was a G2 player until G2 picked up Beast Mode and Daniel.
Yeah. And I wonder why. Probably because of the fact that we haven't done shit in the past, like, fucking, what, 9 seasons?
Y'all literally won a major. Y'all literally won a major 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And made the World Championship Grand Finals that season 2.
Wait, when did G2 win the Grand Finals?
They won the Winter Major in 21-22, and then they made the World Championship Grand Finals that same season, where they got absolutely blasted by BDS.
Oh, yeah.
G2 was it was just last season that G2 was struggling. The season before, G2 was the best team at NA.
Was Chicago?
Yeah, with Chicago was good back then. With Chicago, JNaps, and Atomic.
Oh, because we had JNaps too, that's right.
2 for SSG, by no means over.
They have stepped up, it's going a couple down. Beast Mode got himself trapped for once. Atomic had pure belief that Beast Mode would make something from it. And that's what ended up tangling G2 among themselves. There's still so much time, Stumpy. It feels like SSG are going to have to rush to the finish line. That is not the case. They can slow things down. They can...
Why do they keep double committing on kickoff? I'm confused.
They're doing the KC kickoff.
Why?
Because they need a goal.
What is the point of it? To get like a pinch or something?
What you do is you like you know how like whenever you like the same side goes on the doubles, it like will pinch it to the other direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, what they do is they go for the pinch, and then the person on the other side plays slightly offset, so it pinches straight into them, so they can slam it upfield. It's inconsistent. It's very inconsistent, difficult to do. When it works, it's a goal. Like,
And is it safe to do?
it is pretty safe.
Okay.
At the pro level. At the pro level. I wouldn't... It's a lot riskier when, you know, at like a...
Yeah, I prefer to just do opposite side goes.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not... You definitely don't want to do it in twos. It's only a threes thing, but... In twos, it's way too risky. At least in threes, you have a man back. Beast Mode scoring this.
What is going on, Chicago?
Okay, that's not Chicago.
Chicago just... He just watched it happen.
That one was Hoxer. Okay, that one is Chicago.
Beast Mode continues to be the monster in Space Station Gaming's dreams.
Poor LJ. He's trying.
And G2.
Hey, I mean, we did win 4-2, possibly. Just not
Hey,
this series.
Yeah.
Boring.
This is a lot not
no,
close.
never mind. Oh, okay, alright, we're good.
This series should be so much closer, but like, I mean, it's just Chicago and LG and Hawks are just doing nothing.
And then Beast Mode's just fucking...
I feel so bad. I genuinely feel so bad for LJ, dude.
No shot.
Because he's just playing phenomenal. He's playing so well.
Yeah, it's so sad to see him go win this early.
Yeah. I really think...
wish he would have played someone else.
Just get him. It's not even. He doesn't even need to play somewhere else. They just need another third.
I genuinely think. I mean, if y'all didn't play Falcons, it would be a lot better. But I was gonna say, I genuinely think we could have like a majority in a semifinals. Like,
I think they. Well, here's what they need to do. Had LJ gotten, or not LJ, had SSG gotten Justin like they tried to, SSG is in the conversation for 3.
Oh yeah.
For it's not a top 2. It's a top 3. Because Justin, I mean Justin had a very good season, probably his best since season X. And then Chicago was just horrendous. He was always the worst player on this team.
And that thought will be in those players back of their heads. They've still got a couple of series to win. 2 more for them to lift that trophy that they walked past, and they'll be having an interview with Leaf in front of.
Damn, that's gotta suck.
But cool, calm, collected, done what they need to do.
Look at Safio.
We're still gonna see them in Fort Worth for the World Championship.
I think G2 has just laid down a marker after daring to lose a series in the Swiss. How could they lose the Falcons? They're against SSG, a team who got past Furia, went 3-1 on the Swiss themselves. They were put to the sword, really. They had their moments, but it's one of those series that seems like it's only ever going one way.
A lot of other teams, I think, would have fallen to SSG. But can they get that monkey off their back in G2? As I said, their 7th defeat to them this season. Almost felt written in the stars. They did everything to change their destiny. They just couldn't do it on the day.
I wonder how Atomic feels. Like, I can't imagine. Like, Atomic went for, like, Atomic's the oldest player on the team, like with G2, but he's not the face of the team.
I mean, I don't think he really cares. I think they're like, hey,
Yeah,
we're
and I was
winning.
gonna say, I was like, it's either like he just doesn't care, he just is happy that he's winning, or it could be killing him.
I mean, in all fairness, it's like, G2, or, I mean, Chicago, or Atomic literally was so close to never being the face of the team.
Oh, yeah.
Because he literally was, he was on the same team as First Killer for 10 days. Just think, they were so close to having First Killer, Atomic, and Turbo. Not just, like, not Wash Turbo, Prime Turbo, all on the same team.
What? When?
Season X. Or, well, yeah, Season X.
Oh, no, we would have fucking won. Oh, we would have killed it.
I mean, Envy was the third...
FK and Turbo? Dude, FK and Turbo is lethal.
Considering Envy was the third best team... Considering Envy was the third best team with Mist instead of FK, I cannot imagine how good they would have been with FK.
Oh my god. FK, Turbo, and Atomic? Dude, FK would have just been fed goals left and right. Like, FK would essentially just be what Beast Mode is. Like, he would just be dominant. Just like, just feed that man goals and he'll score. Like, it's
I don't want our first loss to be
Dude,
on land. Like,
oh my God, I can't
at that
imagine.
point, all the regional wins that we want to get.
Can you imagine another timeline somewhere FK is still on G2 and I'm a huge FK fan and Beast Mode's on G?
And looking at it game by game, there was a moment
That
there,
would be fucking crazy.
there was a team clear back to their own end and an own goal.
How can someone possibly say that Hawkster was worse than Chicago that series? That's crazy.
I don't think that's even possible to say.
Dude, at least Hawkster was creating opportunities. Chicago literally, it was just like, woo, he was just whipping the ball.
Like this is what like it kind of goes to show like how bad Chicago was. Every single time they got scored on, you could tell in the replay Chicago was just like the main reason to get scored on a lot of the time. Like he's either getting a shitty 50, a shitty touch, he's missing the ball, he doesn't have enough boost. Like
it was just an awful series. I do think if Chicago plays better at whatchamacallit, at Worlds, SSG can be a top 4 team. But I don't know.
I am happy that they are going to Worlds. I'm glad about that.
Yeah, they absolutely deserved it over
in the semifinals.
whatchamacallit. Deserved over LG. I mean, I don't really. I'm not exactly happy OG's going either, but
yeah, I think Shopify should be going. Wait, did OG make it out of Swiss?
No, they went 1-3.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Again.
I don't know why they were here. Justin, like, and it's London too. Justin at London, like, bro. I mean,
to be fair, OG looks so much better on the line than they did on the. Like OG, they earned it online. They beat Gingy, they beat SSG, and they won the tiebreaker. Like they've earned it. But didn't just on land they just.
Didn't they also beat G2 as well?
No, they never beat G2. But
wait, who beat y'all and us in Swiss?
M80.
Yeah. Sorry. Swiss Merchants. That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry. I always forget about M80 because every time I like think about M80, I think about M8.
Definitely outclassed. For the SSG fans watching this match,
yeah, like I don't know.
Is there other ways? What do you think that they should
I would have rather Shopify just because I think they have a much higher ceiling than OG. Shopify I think could actually make a top 8, but. But yeah, that was OG just was terrible. I have zero. Like I had faith in them. I put so much faith in them because I was like, okay, they actually looked good online to split, and then they just played awful online again. So I'm just like, you know what? I don't believe in them at all. If they suck, they suck.
I think the biggest sign on the pitch is when the players are throwing the ball away instead of keeping it. You know, they're not looking to control the pitch like LJ was doing. So I think they can learn a lot of lessons from that and come back with confidence in the world.
They have to be positive, right? Because over these past 4 months, they've improved and improved and improved. And now they were a top 8 world team here. So they go up against a G2 team that, yes, that is a bad matchup for them. They didn't play that well, but this is their first crowd game as well. Now they got that out of the way. Going into the World Championship, there'll be extra crowd. So they'll have more opportunities to have a chance to take down these top teams.
Well, we had a lot of action happen in those games there, and we actually have Jorby standing by to break down some of the action. Jorby, what did you notice in SSG versus G2?
Well,
I saw
to
it
me, there was
earlier.
one key moment
Drew
in
and
this
Chris are
series.
gonna
We're
be
talking
coming
about
over
LJ
later.
popping off in game number 2, Space Station starting to really drive against them. But in game 3, G2 imposed their will onto them. And one particular play, once they got it, they never let control of the game go again. So one play that we're going to look at here, and it all starts with Atomic.
No, we can do
here
pizza.
on the sidewall. Now Space Station to dump the ball downfield, coming up
No,
trying to
we'll do
challenge, expecting
pizza.
Atomic
That
to
should
be
be
there.
fine.
Here,
We
Daniel
plan on
gets the
drinking,
beats
so
the
we
second
probably
man
need
to
some
the ball,
grease.
and then this magic right here from Beast Mode. Chicago
Yes, ma'am.
has to
Yeah,
defend
everybody's
the shot.
staying
Beast
tonight.
Mode's up. You saw the defender get demoed in net, meaning no one's underneath to defend the shot. And when all three players on G2 kick it into
Yes,
the next
ma'am.
gear, that's why they were able to make it
Alright.
to the finals in Copenhagen. Look at it one more time.
Yeah,
Teammates,
we're
you know
gonna.
how it is.
They're
It
gonna
gets
hang
all
out
the
here for a little bit, and then we're
midfielder
probably
gets
gonna go
demoed, coming back
bowling
to the back
either
line,
9 or
beast mode.
10.
With the threat of the shot coming, Chicago has to defend it. He's already playing
Okay.
from behind. Beast mode plays the reset, gets the double.
Okay.
That's the effect that beast mode and all of G2 have on this pitch, and why they're one of the favorites of this tournament.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Dorby. It is very much the reason G2 is so beloved in this tournament and just in Rocket League in general is that the things that they're good at are incredibly fun to watch. So that was a wonderful plays from G2 there.
Wonderful plays on G2.
Yeah,
You
it
were talking about
probably
Daniel. He made a good play
have
right
to
there, but also one
order
thing that
while we're
Dorby
bowling.
didn't touch on was Atomic coming back off the initial touch. He got the demo and then set up
Yeah, what
beast
time
mode
does
to
Little
have this the
Caesars
clear
close?
mind that it's just me, the ball, and the goal.
And not only that, that was after they lost game 2. They go up early, 2 goals in game 3 to kill that
Little
momentum in
Caesars,
Space Station.
Navarre.
The one thing you can't do when you're a huge favorite,
They
don't
close
keep
at
that momentum.
10.
As soon as you lose a game, you have to punch them right back.
Oh,
and that's
4-1
exactly what
Beach
Yeah,
Bowl.
I think G2, even when they're not playing too crash hot, their offense is still there. It's just how they're
Wait, a lot driving around.
Atomic missed a couple of easy ones, and Dan as well. His finishing wasn't quite as what we expect from him, but he was still
Yeah,
looking
Domino
mechanical as we
closes
saw.
out
But that's how
one.
good they
Okay.
are, right? That they didn't look amazing, but they still won this in 5.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
tomorrow's a new day, and they will fix those issues.
Well, and speaking of tomorrow, they are the first team through to the semifinals. We can take a look at the bracket
Okay.
and how things look after the conclusion of that match. There is one match at the
Alright,
top.
that'll
We're
probably
talking
be-
about more particularly here, Fury versus Vitality, the last match of the day. Winner
Okay.
of that, Bates gets to play against G2 tomorrow. Is
It says
there
their
a more
takeout
favorable
ends at
matchup for
11,
G2 here
so we
between
might have
those
to get
two?
it
I feel
delivered
like
if we order
I don't
it
think it matters
after.
difficult either
I
way.
would take it. That makes sense.
Takeout
Maybe
ends
they're
at
at the same
11,
side of the
so
bracket right here. We
I
saw
don't know if you can
Vitality
order
get
ahead or
against
not.
Fury in the quarterfinals, and then
Okay.
they didn't really show up against G2 in that semi. So I think G2
Alright.
won Vitality again.
We'll see if
Love
they
you
get
too.
the reigning
Bye.
world champs, or does Furia send South America to the top 4 yet again?
No.
First time in a long time, folks. We
Uh-huh.
gotta wait till the end of the day, though, to find out about that. Before then,
What
we're
were you
gonna
saying,
get
Chris?
through the bottom half of
I was gonna say, why would you take out in before delivery?
Gentlemates a little bit
Kinda
later
dumb.
on, but
I'm not
Falcons
sure.
versus Gen G gonna be the next one here. Do we get 2 NA teams, Gibbs, in the semis?
I'm going to ask CJ that question. 'cause you
Either
might be
way,
on
I
the
know we're getting
desk.
pizza
Oh, yeah, who you
tonight,
got?
so
Who is
that's
it?
good.
Do we get 2 NA teams in the semis? Oh, I think Falcons have to get the job done, so I'm going to say no. I'm all for the triple. What do you call it? I'm all for 4 regions.
Yeah, 4 regions.
Yes.
4
So how many
teams
games?
in the
How many
semis.
games are Gen
They'll probably lose in 5.
5, not even saying it's close there, but we'll break down that match a little bit later on, folks. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the Falcons flying high, the Middle East champions taking on Gen G. Can Gen G completely shake off the slump that they've been in against their fiercest opponents? Do the Falcons fly their way, cruise their way to another semifinal? Find out after this.
What time do you want to come over?
I'll dress it. What, he gets off at 1. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Because the
What
problem
time
is
the
no.
Gen G match.
Well, it's the next match, but
Okay, well, if you want to come over after that one, you can.
the only problem is it's gonna be. It's such a long drive.
Yeah, no. Oh, I guess y'all could drive together. That's right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Drew wants to have carpool, so I gotta wait for. Wait, since when does Rocket League Esports have ads?
Yeah, I know.
Or-
I noticed that. I'm glad they actually play them like in between games and they
Yeah.
don't just fucking do them in
But that's just what.
during games.
Oh,
That
I just
really
realized, dude, they
pisses
got
me off.
50,000 viewers. It's actually.
Oh yeah, no, dude. On
Just on-
Saturdays and
just on
Sundays,
Twitch.
this stream. Yeah, I've seen it have
And-
like 90.
And to be fair, that was also only NA team, so it's like, wait till the French start playing. Wait till the Gentlemates versus BDS series.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be crazy. Chat's gonna be nothing but French people.
Yo,
I
Taga
don't-
stream is gonna have like a couple 100,000.
Dude, that's crazy. That man's probably a millionaire. Like 100,000.
Well, he owns his own
viewers?
org, so I imagine he's doing
Yeah.
pretty well.
You know what? Honestly, if I could stream full time just to run an org, like I wouldn't even have to make money from the org, but just to be able to run, that would be so cool. Like I see why Tim likes to do it.
Okay, I'm waiting for the punchline.
How long until the next match? I would like to know. I'd like to see if I have enough time to go make a quick.
Team Falcons versus Team Falcons. What?
I don't know.
Oh, they messed up the the poll.
Oh.
Who do I have winning?
Dude, everybody. How many points I have? 6.3k.
I have 47,000.
I don't ever.
I constantly bet. I have a gambling addiction in this chat.
I don't ever bet, so I'm gonna.
I mean, it also helps that I doubled my points the last NA regional.
Yeah, I'm betting it all on Jinji. I don't even care. I know we're losing. I'm still just gonna bet it all. Take
Wait,
my
what
point.
are the other matches today?
BDS Mates and Vitality Furia.
You should have bet on the Furia on that match.
Yeah.
That would have probably got you more. I don't think anybody's betting on Furia to win.
Dude, nah. A lot of people think Furia that Furia can win. Okay, 10 minutes. I'm gonna go grab a snack.
Here I am. I do air drumming. I'm a competitive air drummer. Oh, wow. By the way, I forgot my wallet at home, so sugar mama.
Will you excuse me?
The Hyundai Tucson with advanced tech and safety features. There's joy in every journey. Lease a Tucson for $219 a month, or get 2.99% APR for 60 months plus $500 bonus cash. See your Gulf Coast Hyundai dealer.
100% easy. That is easy. Like really easy. That's actually crazy. We are getting too old now.
Close.
Diamond 1!
That's definitely not diamond.
We are so bad. Wait, this is higher rank. Sure, isn't that LED and decomp? We just gotta like think lower than what they actually like, what we think they are. Yeah. Oh my. Oh. Wait, I think I've seen this clip.
I think this is SSL.
Oh yeah, this is SSL 1.
Okay, wow.
If this guy's an SSL, then
yeah,
and I don't know what to tell him, bro.
This is LED. I know who that is. This is SSL.
I know the name, so this has to be SSL.
This is like straights will never forget type of shot.
If he's psychoing, he has to be at least GC, right?
Just God touches. It's gonna be like Diamond 1, bro. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Nice. Hey, we got one right.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, there we go.
How good.
You know that person?
No, but I've seen the clip before. That could be Arsenal, to be fair. Same car, same boost.
The defender is really far off, so
yeah, it's
Diamond 2-3.
Diamond 2. It's a good shot, to be fair. It is a decent shot. That's like champ 1.
I would say champ.
Yeah, champ.
Diamond 2. Diamond 3. Okay, that's a good guess. That's a good guess. One.
You trolled me.
I did troll. I trolled.
Graduating gift for game in 2024.
Oh, that was a nice flip. Clean flip. Good control, too. What the? He's got a G2. We might have to dock him a rank. He's a G2 fanboy. I think he's plat. That's like... That's kind of funky. That's champ 2, bro. Oh, a bit lower.
Oh, okay, this guy's SSL.
Yeah, he has to be. I mean, the way he's playing, it's clear.
We gotta go something lower. I'm going champ. Yeah, we're going champ. We're going Diamond 3. I got champ 1. I'm feeling a bit lower.
Champ. Champ 1.
Diamond 2. Like, dude, what?
That's close.
What? Diamond 2 is close?
Diamond 2 and Champ 1. There's only 2 ranks off.
That's true. Still wrong.
Oh, he plays like an SSL.
Yeah.
Just his teammates, you know?
Pro. Went off again. I actually didn't think. No, I didn't think they could do that. Yeah, bro, we kind of suck at that. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I just refuse to believe that some of those people are like the same race.
Minutes till Zen's on stage. Zen, 5 minutes, thank you.
Zen, it's me, Cole. The caster, it's me. Can I get an autograph for my nan? She's a massive fan.
Yes, later.
Yes! What a nice guy.
Can focus around you.
les gars.
Bien joué, c'était un bon match, incroyable. Bien joué, ça.
On n'est pas dans la main seule là, c'est zen.
Get out! It's my room!
Woo! You should be more zen.
Good one.
Bye, Zen. Bye, Zen.
And I forgot my water. Good stuff.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Caster Clash, a show where the casters clash. I'm Lemon Kiwi. I'm joined with two new teams with a chance to face off against Cole and Stumpy at the World Championship. OCEU,
Yep.
NA-ish, NA adjacent. Sure. Our first segment is trivia. Since we don't have a buzzer.
We've been workshopping this.
Oh.
We've got a great one. Obviously, everyone knows the T-Bates oh no. Oh no! Yeah. So I think we'll do that. We need the full rendition, so I'll go. Oh no!
We figured it out. How about you guys? What's your sound?
We just mimic Shogun saying, "This is Rocket League."
First couple of trivia questions are riddles. First question, riddle. You say the J that's in my name. It doesn't help. I play NA, but maybe the fact that I won LA.
This is Rocket League.
Yeah, Stacks.
Should be J-Naps, right?
Oh, wait, that's actually a good answer.
J-Naps.
Correct. It is
yeah,
J-Naps.
that makes sense.
Riddle 2. Monkeys hang upside down, and so do I. No blood rushes to my yellow head. Who am I?
This is Rocket League. I get such great joy of saying
Are we
that.
thinking of the same person? Yeah, okay, I thought Banana Head.
Next riddle. Are we
Now
ready?
you can
I am as tall as a tree.
Okay, I'm casually dying.
Called small and green. What am I? Or who am I?
Man, I'll just play along. I don't know.
They just
Oh no! Stumpy Goblin. Got it! Yes, we finally got on the board. That's what we love.
You literally admitted to cheating.
Yeah, well, it's not cheating.
Well, actually, I admitted it that I already knew. And
Also, Jaden,
This question works. The answer.
there's a non-zero chance I might end up having to scrim tonight, so I'm gonna bring my controller just in case. But
Okay.
I don't think it's very likely.
Lands have had a non-EU/NA team finish in the top 4.
Oh, top 4? This is a you question. You get asked this all the time.
I'm just gonna watch how many fingers Johnny puts up.
How many
RLCS lands have had a non-EU/NA team finish in the top 4?
In charge of anything before
Let
season
them
6.
answer
Yeah.
first, and
Let
then.
them answer and like we'll go on.
Alright, there you go.
Alright, OCU?
15.
No.
What?
No, non-NAEU. No,
How many
OCE top 5.
lands?
Oh, I thought you said had an NA top
sorry.
5.
No.
I just said it wrong. I just heard the answer wrong. Encyclopedia over here.
It's just
She
incorrect.
said 15, it was just wrong.
Yeah, wrong.
So higher or lower?
Now we just get a free guess, right? I mean.
Higher or lower?
So
Sorry,
cold.
sorry, Tita.
So cold?
15
Okay.
is so cold.
4?
Oh, this is Rocket League. Oh.
Oh.
Sorry, now we're
Can
going
we
to go
go again?
again.
Can we go again?
Alright, you guys next?
Nah.
It has to be 3.
No.
No, it's 5.
Oh, sorry, it's 5. 5.
He said 3! Her eyes lit up when he said 5.
I'm just kind of trying to read the room here. 5.
Correct.
Yeah, that's on me.
NA on top.
That's on me.
You ready for the next question?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. How many RLCS lands have had only one region occupy all 4 of the top 4 spots?
What?
Oh.
English? Can I get a replay?
Well, no,
Yeah, for real.
this is why I watch on YouTube.
T-Mobile
T-Mobile savings, take one. Focus. Here's the lock. At T-Mobile, you get tons of benefits and you can still save versus the other guys. I'll just do it. Check out the T-Mobile savings calculator to see how much you can save. And right now, we'll even pay off your phone when you switch.
Look who's joining us for my favorite part of the day.
Cheerios are his love language.
Well, yeah, they can help lower cholesterol.
Okay, I love it.
My love language is Portuguese. I don't understand it, but I love how it makes me feel.
This is for you.
For you.
For you. This is also for you.
For you. I was waiting for you.
What's going on? If I could just show you. There's two of you.
Yes.
Yes, we need you.
Away we go.
That's totally classic.
One of my personal favorites.
We have everything. This is for you.
We're competing in all sorts of ways here in London. The energy is immaculate. The fans are up and ready to go. And they're making noise. It's exactly how we remember things in the Copper Box. Welcome back to London. We've got 3 more matches to go today. Welcome back. Look at these vibes.
It's way better being down here on the stage. The last time, you know, I remember the magical moment. We were up in the corner. Now we get to be down here.
Yeah,
all
I'll
the
be back in a
fans'
little bit.
energy directed at us. Amazing.
It's so nice being on the floor. You feel that atmosphere, and
1
it's gonna get
second.
louder and louder and louder as we go through this weekend.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. We started off with the North American matches, Bates, so they're warming up.
Yeah, I mean, we're just getting all the NA games out the way so then the European crowd can start rooting for the European teams. I expect it to get a little louder here in the Copper Box.
Oh, I also hear a group of Falcons fans over in the corner as well when I was coming to the desk. So I think
There we go.
representation here for all the teams.
But I do feel like this crowd's going to get behind the Falcons pretty hard throughout this weekend. As long
Oh
as they
my
win
gosh.
Here, but people love Mina. They want that story. They want that history. They want Mina to win, unless it's, of course, Europe. They would prefer that. But if not, then Mina.
Yeah, this is historic ground for Mina, and they want to make it even more historic. This is when they've made it to the grand finals. Last time we were here in the Copper Box, if they could be the ones holding the trophy at the end, what a story that would be. I mean, it would be so symmetrical too. Like it would make me so happy that this is the place where the Middle East finally held the trophy.
It's true. It's Falcons, same team name, a little bit of a different roster. TRK though, he has been at the heart of the Falcons' success for a long time. But for me, you know, I used to watch a lot of Halo back in the day, and there was twins in that game called the Ogre Twins. Maybe, you know, for me that occupies such a special spot in my esports heart. And so to see, you know, Killers and Rawaz kind of have the opportunity to recreate some of that magic here in Rocket League, it is something special. And it's hard to, you know, they're only 17, and their upward trajectory has been amazing to witness. But what has been elusive to them is a big land performance, making the finals or even winning.
You got Rojas in your team too.
I do, and he did. He was my first pick, and he did not let me down.
Yeah, he has not let you down. He's going to continue to hopefully rack up some points here just a little bit. We can show you the bracket, how things have gone so far in our event, what you got coming up here, because we had 1 quarterfinal. We got 3 more to go. So if you're just now joining us, G2 knocked Space Station out of the event, and they are now in the semifinals tomorrow. And we are waiting a little bit later on to find out who they play in that semifinals, whether it's Furia or Vitality. But on the bottom side of the bracket, we've got the Falcons versus Gen G and BDS versus the Gentlemates. Big old section of Gentlemates fans over there waiting in anticipation for that one.
Again, it's going to get louder and louder with this next match. Ooh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But I think Falcons, obviously, huge favorites, but we always talk about
Huge
it in Rocket League.
favorites.
Huge favorites. Yes, absolutely. Huge favorites.
Huge.
They dominated.
I don't know about
everyone.
huge.
You pick Gen G?
They dominated G2.
I think they're favorites, but to me, favorites is a lot different than huge favorites.
They are
both
huge
of these
favorites.
teams. All right, we'll pick that up.
We'll argue about it again here in a second. It's time to get the teams on the stage.
Oh boy.
Introducing first on the blue
What's up, Evan? Welcome for the series I care about.
qualifiers. Welcome back to
Yep.
London, Team Falcons.
Oh, dude, I'm so nervous, man. Dude, the Falcons looked so good yesterday. But, yep, they are my entire life. They are my Rocket League life. I absolutely, I do love this team. And the Twins are about to, do scary things, I fear.
And we got the Falcons here who went on a Swiss tear. It was 3-0, and it was dominant versus dominant teams as well. They took down Space Station in round 1. They were a top 8 team here. Then they go up against the #1 team in Europe, the tournament favorites at the time, BDS. They take them down, and then they face the #1 North American team, who we power ranked #1 at that point, G2. And not only did they win that series, they won that series 3-0, 12 goals to 2. Falcons, magical Swiss run.
Yeah, and Gibbs, I don't argue with you on the point that the Falcons are the favorites. What they have put together at this event has been incredibly impressive. They are such a high-powered team. Rawas has been having a phenomenal tournament, but you know it is not going to be easy by any means. Gibbs, I think GG can take it to them. It's going to take extreme confidence in themselves on this stage. They have fallen short before, and I think that is the biggest question mark for me, is will the Twins be able to put together a performance in these quarterfinals? We saw them fall at this very same point in Copenhagen when they still looked amazing, when many people were calling them the favorites. So this is going to be a challenge to them. They are a favorite, but I think it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it might be tough. We took a little look at Kaliers right there, the fans MVP so far. Let's see what he can do today.
It's the first time we've had a dedicated fan group for the Falcons. Excited to see how that energy is infused into this team, but they can't win this without going through Gen G.
And please welcome their opponents on the orange side, representing North America. They are champions of the Rotterdam Major. They are Gen G.
Come on, boys. I need some peak. I need some peak today. That's all I ask. Just win this series, make my day, and then we're chilling.
Major champions Chronic, and apparently have been there and they've done it. First Killer, he made the finals in San Diego and fell short. Everyone is saying this is the team for First Killer. This Gen G team has what it takes to get another major title.
They sure are saying that. And listen, James, I'm saying it for good reason, because Gen G didn't look great the whole entire event. Abjack, I spoke to him after the series against G2. He said, well, he didn't tell me this specifically. I heard through the grapevine.
Look at the crowd. Love it. Love that London crowd.
He's in front of the crowd. And listen, he's the only Englishman left in the tournament. So I expect the Copper Box to get up when Abjack's balling out.
And one of my favorite players right beside him, of course, First Killer. He just puts up numbers. That's what he does. He has been the offensive catalyst throughout the Swiss for Gen G. He's been the one trying to cause chaos, and then the other two have to come in and clean up. I felt like they have been a little bit passive throughout this tournament. You cannot be passive against the Team Falcons. You just can't. Team Falcons, #1 in goals per game by far. Gen G has to match them, and that is a difficult task.
And I'm just looking back at Copenhagen, Gibbs. Both of these teams had heart-wrenching Game 7 losses in the quarterfinals. Both of these teams could have had such a better run. Had that last game just gone a little bit different, maybe they even could have won it all. I don't think
Game 6, man. We won that Game 6.
These two are not legitimate contenders.
We not missed that opening in Game 6 against mates, man. We win that series.
in the quarterfinals and gives tough
Would've been great,
Gen
but-
G, they're not going to be able to win playing that passive ball. So really, it all comes to Chronic in my estimation. Gen G, for those of y'all don't know, they play FK and Abjack up front. Abjack's been chasing a lot of demos, a lot of bumps this whole land, and Chronic is sat back there waiting and lurking to make a play. That hesitancy or that lack of attentiveness to being in the aggro, in the Falcons third, is going to come back to bite him.
And honestly, Chronic, he had one goal going into that Oxygen series in Swiss.
Yeah.
He didn't let that affect him. He scored that overtime winner. It was a banger, and that was what helped put Gen G over the top in that Oxygen series. Even though he hasn't been putting up insane numbers, he has that ability. We've seen him have those clutch moments before. He can do it again here.
But you got to look at that Swiss run for Falcons. It was just so fantastic. Killers is putting up numbers against the top teams. They went 3-0. There are times when teams farm other ones like APAC or OCE. That did not happen for Killers. That's playing number one.
Hey.
Number one in
That's
NA,
cool.
1.38 goals per game. That is number one of all players. And his twin brother is number one in assists per game. So they are linking up perfectly throughout this tournament.
I love these stat lines at the bottom here, Base. These are two dynasty teams. We're talking a lot about the players. When it comes to Gen G and Falcons, they have become staples of their regions. The Falcons are the team people associate the most with the Middle East, and Gen G has had one of the most dominant runs of the open era in North America. These are two titans of the game clashing here in this quarterfinals.
Two titans of the game, two titans of the regions. James mentioned it back in Copenhagen. They both lost heart-wrenching game sevens. Falcons, they had Carmine Corp on the ropes. The blue wall was crumbling, and then it was Atto in game 6, though. Game 6, Atto, the pinch that went across the whole entire world. You heard it from here, heard it from all the way in America, probably, and that's exactly what happened. That's how they went down. Gen G, they were up against Gentlemates, and Gentlemates surged back and took the series right from the grasp of them. So they both want to make it happen right here. But it's kind of a shame, though, because single elimination, it is one-on-one. Who can play the best?
But at the same time, as a fan, you love it. You see these two combatants enter the arena. Only one will walk away victorious. Gen G, who have been there, who have done it all. First killer, still looking for that first title, but Gen G's claimed that. However, for Falcons, the pressure and the expectations, they've made it to a grand final here in London before, and then representing a region to knock NA and EU off the throne.
You're bored?
A new region
I
take the reins.
am
That's
not.
what Falcons are fighting for on
I
top
am
of
in.
everything else.
I have a busy day today. I'm gonna have to leave after this series because it is actually Biscuit's B-Day. He's in the call, but he's muted right now. It's his B-Day, so I'm going to hang out with him all day. Tomorrow I'll be back with Championship Sunday, and then I also have a league match Sunday as well at night, and then after that I will be gone for 2 weeks. So no streams for 2 weeks.
They've had enough disappointment on the big stage to learn from it and to power through. And I think this is the moment where they do that here in London.
For what? A league match for what? It's called Emily. I'm in a league called Emily, and I have a match for that.
But the great equalizer is, of course, the crowd. And now you got to play on the stage. Anything can happen. It could be close. I don't think it will be. I think Falcons 4-0, and they say
4-0?
in the tournament
Bruh.
right now.
Gibbs, where's your Gen G bias, man?
It's not even close. It's just like when they played G2. It wasn't even close.
For what? For Rocket League.
I'm gonna go Falcons.
For the Rocket League match.
Just because I think they're gonna win. I'm gonna roll with Mina.
I'm going with Falcons on this one as well. I think that
No, it's Rocket League, man. So is Rocket League.
Section 104. Who you got? That is blue. They are going with the Falcons. It is maybe hard to see this blue. I promise
It is hard to see.
I can tell that it is blue there. So
Coin, come on, Coin. I believe in you, Coin. Come on.
here we go. Let's find out.
Good flip.
Oh, it comes up.
Yeah, Coin.
Promise it's not. There's nothing weighted about it. It just
The Coin got us. Trust.
It is perfectly 50-50 so far.
Stopped by and weighted it. We'll have to invest.
Yeah, you guys can invest
Oh.
there. Chad's
Well.
got Falcons as well.
This either makes or breaks my day, so let's get to it. Let's get to it.
This is the big one, folks. Got to make it through the quarterfinals. We'll see if they can do it here in the Copper.
Make or break
This is
my
it. This is
day.
the one. This is the match we've been waiting for.
Take a moment and address Gibbs' oh, never.
We got to do other things here, James. We got to move on. We got a match to get into. There's some unfinished business for the Falcons here. They've got things to finish up. The champions of the Middle East remember this stage and the taste of defeat, and yet Genji is eager to remind them of its bitter flavor. But these birds of prey,
I also cannot tell you how much I can't wait for Worlds. It is going to be so fun being out in a crowd like that for Worlds. Ooh, cannot wait.
cats on the other side, they must be perfect to emerge victorious. Two predators in a fight to the death.
Are you going to Worlds? Yes, I am. Me, Noisy Biscuit after, and a lot of other people are going to Worlds. In Dallas. Dallas, Texas. Alright, boys. Ooh, oh, we got Fennec Killer today. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Look at that, dude. That crowd is on our side. We love it. Yeah, that's far. It's only a couple hour fight for me, but it's a very expensive trip. I'm spending like $700 plus.
Everybody online thinking that they're going to come out on top. Everybody at the venue thinking they're going to come out on top. But Gen G have been secretly moving through this tournament with a better record than you'd think. Yes, they went 2-3 or 3-2 in Swiss, but both their losses were Game 5 against quality opposition.
Come on, get a good challenge. Nice. Yeah, that's like for the whole trip for me. Well, that doesn't include like food and stuff. That's just for hotel, or not hotel. We're renting Airbnb. We got Airbnb, we got flights, we have and then whatever, I can't remember the other thing. The tickets for the actual event. Very expensive.
Starters for most of this tournament, only winning one game one out of all 5 series they've played. Off to a great start in this first game.
We need a quick jump. FK got, nice. We might be bringing like a PS5 or something. I think someone said... I think Biscuit or after someone might be bringing an Xbox play. I don't know for sure. We have
Really does feel like it's any matter of time. Gen G finally escaped. Is it only temporary? No, Jack does win the challenge. Chronic now up to the ceiling. TRK. Once yet again, far side for Killers.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm actually gonna be vlogging it too. I'm gonna be doing a vlog. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for Worlds.
Looked a bit shell-shocked. Gen G unlike that, but another shot rifles off the post. Falcons getting closer.
Half the game gone, numerous chances, no goals for them just yet. Only the one off the mistake is the difference between these two teams. First killer, backboard. Oh! What a player! What a goal!
Oh, that's goal by
That's my goat right there. My goat!
Immediately recovers and backboard doubles it. 1v3 play by FK, and he did not bat an eyelid after that. It's just a routine play for a player of his caliber.
We've had the chances. But Gen G are making them know what it looks like to make them count.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Good bump.
Big play by TRK here. 0 boost.
Terrible 50 by.
And then flips immediately to get momentum in the direction of Chronic, the last man back. If he didn't flip there to get momentum, he's not going to make it in time for that bump.
What I do love is that Killer's had that communication.
Come on, boys.
Slow down the shot. He can hit that with full power, but if he does, makes life easier for the
Just take this game by control. Just keep controlling this game. You've really done a great job controlling the game. Just keep up the control.
Next one up. Apparently Jack goes ceiling. Ross realizes he's got plenty of
Early jump. Nice. Get it over him. Good. Oh, that's a poor jump by FK.
Gen.G are contenders to win the whole thing, I'm not gonna lie. This is a difficult series for Falcons. Gen.G.
Yep, go off FK. Get a good 50. Good. Good. Dude, I'm getting hyped. I don't care. I don't care if it's a freaking car soccer game, man. Oh, let's go. First killer is just killing him, man.
Yeah, first killer, a real problem. For so long, such an effective player in North America. Now he's got the best team he's ever had. Never won a major, never won an RLCS LAN. Definitely in the conversation for best player to never do that. If he isn't just unanimously the best player in the world to never win one.
Wealth of experience over there for Gen.G. Apparently Jack that has won one of these majors. Backboard, oh, what a crucial touch. And he's recovered it after the fact. Unbelievable work there from Chronic. Killers now up to the ceiling. First touch somewhat let him down. They do have time to work with here, but Falcons do need to get a move on. Rawas looking to provide exactly that. Looking for the backboard, and again, Chronic stands strong.
Yeah, I'm so impressed by Chronic in this first game. He was the guy that we're really looking at on Gen.G to see how this team's going to play. He wasn't confident at the start of Swiss. He, built on that performance, eventually qualifying in round 5. What a start for Gen.G. The whole team has played brilliantly here. Yes, they got a goal off a mistake from Falcons early on, but since then, they have just outplayed them. 2 goals to 1 since the early mistake from
We just have to keep playing like this. Yes. Just keep controlling the game.
Provide so, 40 seconds now. And Falcons frustrated with the way this game has gone.
This is LAN winner potential right here.
Getting a massive save by Chronic. He's been putting in huge work at both ends of the pitch. TRK lurking upfield. Can't get it past Jack though. And look at the interference from Gen.G. This is active participation on every play. They are not backing down with that 2-goal lead. They're putting the pressure on Falcons. Now Falcons almost have to overextend.
Over the top,
Chronic. Oh, good try.
It's as good as sealed anyway.
We got a game, baby.
Some people said Gen.G don't stand a chance, they said. Cobblebox Arena, we've got a real match.
You can never underestimate a team as talented as Gen.G. We've seen what they can do at times this season. For the middle of the season, they were the best team in North America. G2 have bookended the season as the top team in NA, but this is the team who gave them the biggest test in the middle, around about the Copenhagen Major, and they're getting back to that level now. Chronic put in a brilliant game there at both ends of the pitch. First killer looks unstoppable, and Jack,
Dude, I mean, first killer just looked.
scoring the opening goal in 4 seconds. I mean, getting everybody.
I mean, that was ridiculous from first killer.
If Falcons fans thought this is going to be easy, then you're greatly mistaken. Gen.G can go all the way. They took Gentlemates to game 7 in Copenhagen. Absolutely take down anyone in front of a crowd like this.
He is really a sleeper pick at this kind of event. On the other side of this, though, for Falcons, they are a team, when they get up and running, they run you over.
Yeah.
Very likely at some point, they could just come in and hit them with a 4-0, and it will be up to Gen.G to respond. Well, more importantly, Johnny, it's up to them to make sure that never happens, continue to frustrate.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have a lack of shots there. Chances.
Oh no, 8 on killers.
In. There was a passage of play in that first game where Falcons were just hitting everything at the Gen.G net, but Gen.G kept their composure. They defended well, and if they can repeat that performance, we could easily go the distance here. But Falcons have to be careful. They dropped 2 games in a row in Copenhagen to Carmine Corp before finally showing up. No mistakes allowed in game 2.
Crowd already getting behind the MENA representatives. Can that now be reproduced?
Come on. Good jump. Good challenge check. Yes, nice bump.
First killer who has kind of been playing this series like he's feeling disrespected.
Good bump, FK. Stay on the ball. Oh. Oh, it's a goal. Yeah.
Beautiful lob pass. 1-0. And that's good to see for Falcons that they have not
Caught out.
held back here. TRK's made a big push forward to be a passing option to the left. A pass which was successful. You know, some teams will get cagey after losing a game 1 like that. Start to put more behind the ball. They know Falcons saw the opportunity and they seized it with both hands.
Now Rawas reset, delays it, looks to try and make life awkward for first killer. It's awkward for all 6 players on the field for the time being. Now we got
Wait.
the side.
Oh, so close.
That is so close to an equalizer for Gen G. Falcons are in a bit of trouble here. That's not the clear they're looking for. A huge spree jump by Clears. The shot was directly at him.
Oh, wow.
Could have been better there from
We need a jump.
Looking to try and bump Chronic, who gets out of the way just in time and also makes contact on the ball.
Nice. Get on a wall. Oh.
Oh, the fake out. Nobody there to follow up.
Nice.
First killer. Back with plenty of time to spare. Rowasa's stuck around though.
Just hold it.
Over to Jack, first killer. Trying to hunt him down. He's got him. Still well recovered. And Jack, that's way too much power. Chronic will not chase that until he feels a little bit more comfortable, like now.
You know, Gen G they're looking for those opportunities to isolate defenders. Falcons love to commit. They love to send players forward at the ball. Gen G know that. They know that Falcons are going to try and outpace them. There's the infield pass.
Can FK and Chronic stop freaking humping each other over in the wall? Would be ideal. Oh my gosh. Rowas has been sent.
Idea not to launch too far as Chronic needs some help. He's still got it. Pass across the front side of the field. First killer's touch, a little bit heavy. Gen G lethal on the counterattack. TRK to killers.
We're getting starved right now. We gotta get some boost, boys.
Absolute beach of a shot from Clears to the second time this game. It's that pass from the right-hand side of the pitch. Infield for a Falcons player to send home. 2-0 Falcons. They're definitely no problem creating chances in this matchup. It's honestly the defensive end that they're looking a little bit more vulnerable. TRK looking to make it 3. First killer, plenty boost to stop that one. Falcons still on the hunt for more goals with the 2-goal advantage.
Yeah, this is where they can really do some damage. Can run away with these style of games, especially with Gen G now need to really open up their style of play. Backboard well covered. Chronic low boost, tried to just dive on in, but he's now going to be very late on the rotation. And just look at how efficient it is. 1 player was sent, and Rowas got 2 players and a 100 boost. And that now leads to situations like this, where he can keep going, keep cutting rotation, and Gen G have got a whole bunch of headaches.
Yeah, the boost just getting stolen away in the back corner. First killer's got 100 here. Chronic actually goes to the flick, but Rowas is fake to challenge, turned around and taking the ball for free here. Falcons just toying with Gen G in the back.
Really need to stop throwing it away. One low boost.
Afraid of getting baited in, but Falcons are not over-committing here, at least not for now.
Chronic tried to get there in time.
Double, yes. Oh, this. Where's FK, dude? This should have been a goal.
They were one of 2 teams that weren't expecting that. 90 seconds, and Gen G really have not had the threat just yet. So make people believe that they can get back into this. Will that change here? First killer has to turn, he has to defend.
Clears is such a quick transition in the air. Immaculate first touch to get the ball moving on target quickly. Just over a minute left. Still, those infield lob passes from Falcons doing work. Gen G needs to pay attention to those. So if they can cut them off, it's not just about stopping Falcons from utilizing those. It's about turning that Falcons commitment into a counter-attack for yourself.
All the way back down, Rowas trying to put it out of distance. Okay, nobody around the far side. As aggressive as Falcons have been, I think now is about the time they'll be happy just to keep that 2-goal lead.
Oh.
What's committed into the corner? Chronic's had a very difficult angle to work with, though. Didn't get enough for his team. 40 seconds. And this is the Falcons we were expecting to see. That one's just wide.
Falcons want to be careful here, though. Yes, it's the final 30 seconds, and they've had massive amounts of pressure in this matchup. But Gen G can just sneak 1 goal at the end here, and suddenly we've got a real game. They're still looking for that chance. Ball has gone middle. Apparently Jack's up for it. Drop down pass. It's covered well.
Oh, that's a goal.
Falcons might have done enough here to tie the series 1-1.
Yeah. They have held Gen G to their own side of the field. Can they at least get something on the board? At least a second to get a kickoff play, but Falcons will
all right.
Even that.
Rough game 2, but
2-0 and a very dominant one at that.
That's clean. That's a little bit worrying for Gen G. There were mistakes in the first game for them to play off of. Really not that many in this game. Falcons put up 13 shots to Gen G's 4. They have just dominated the midfield. It almost feels like they moved the midfield line about a quarter of the pitch forward. The halfway line must have felt like it was at the edge of the box for Gen G. They were just completely stuck.
I had 4 shots.
Apparently Jack is a player who talks a lot about how comfortable he is playing in his own back corner, letting opponents come towards him. But that can't have felt very comfortable there, because Falcons were not afraid to advance, faking challenges, rushing challenges, going for drive challenges, demos, boost steals, everything you can do effectively in the back corner. They did it, and they did it without overextending.
Speaking of Jack, I feel like Jack's going to feel a little bit betrayed here. He's gone up to NA, he's come back, expects a hero's welcome, and everyone's cheering for Mina.
Well, you know, he's kind of asked for it because he did leave. He did leave Europe. But I mean, I hope you can hear it on the live stream. I hope you can hear it online. Jack did in fact get a massive amount of praise when the camera went solo on him. He's got a lot of fans here, but so do Falcons. Falcons always get a lot of love when they come to London. This is their second time here. They had a ton of success the first time. Like I mentioned, they were the underdogs in both their matchups then. Now they're the favourites. They've got a foothold in the series.
Well, we've got fans of teams, we've got fans of Rocket League, and I feel like the neutrals do kind of err towards either a European team winning or to have a non-EU or NA team.
Upset, yeah.
Furia and Falcons will be huge favourites for a lot of these crowd days. The last huge flick. Just want to follow it though. Well controlled here by Chronic, who like needs to play at an unbelievable level. Somehow replicate what he managed to do in game number 1.
He does, you know, Gen G came out hot. Jack scored in 4 seconds. First Killer is the best player in game 1. Chronic putting up one of the best games he's had, but now here come Falcons. Kalir's flying in front of the ball, looking for a bump, doesn't get it, but TRK still following. No, that's not a good touch by TRK. Rawas has to do a lot here, which of course he does. I mean, Rawas in defense, one of the absolute best to ever do it. How are Gen G going to respond here? They were just pushed back into their half. Are they going to be aggressive in the midfield? Can they be aggressive in the midfield? Can they establish
I really think Chronic had a beat, but
this is not how Gen G have got used to playing in their own region. First Killer has at least one. Get some breathing room now for his team. That'll be a big question actually throughout this series. Can First Killer make the right choices? Is he going to start diving in at the ball, try and outpace Falcons? Or will it be about the waiting game? Pick the right opportunity. Killers to roll last. That is a great first touch. He's out of boost, but he's left it now. DRK! And you know the rest of that story.
dude, I've never seen a team just have so much synergy like the Falcons, man.
The ceiling double up in the air. Chronic thought he's going for it, but TRK is just coming in from behind with the backboard double in mind. I mean, everybody getting involved in the attack from Falcons. This is relentless pressure. And they're just putting so many shots on net. Gen G have to get out of defense here.
Falcons very quickly getting rid of that demon when it comes to being in front of a crowd. Looking so comfortable, looking like they're in their Swiss form. First Killer yet again tries to provide some magic for his team. Gets some space for Chronic. First Killer was looking for the goalkeeper. But there is the goalkeeper making contact with the ball. Gets the demo, chasing down First Killer. Killer's just going to slow play this. And almost managed to 50 it through. Now's the follow. TRK can't take a follow-up shot. Falcons have to scamper back.
It was smart not to commit there. That would have been a bit too risky. Must be difficult to play third man under these conditions. You want to join your attack. TRK and Kalir's putting so much pressure up. You've got a chance to go, but sometimes you've just got to half look back into defense and wait for the next go around. But so much of the game is being played in Gen G's half. This is insane to watch because online and all around the world, not many teams can do this to Gen G. Here they come the other way though. Kalir's having to do a bit of defensive work. An underrated aspect of his game is he often gets most of his praise in offense. One of the scariest on the offensive half of the ball.
For the time being, Gen G have just been forced to launch the ball. Conceding possession over to Team Falcons. We've now got that infield. Very heavy first touch, but Rawas will look to recover it. Ends up leaving it. First Killer. Oh, what a save that is! Chronic gets the rest of the work done. Now they try to break. First Killer, first to it. Off the crossbar this time around. Rawas takes the challenge. Somehow we stay at 1 each.
Oh, what a save by First Killer there.
On each. I wish.
To create a free shot on target. And then going the other way, it's more defensive work from Kalir's to keep this lead intact. Gen G still scoreless for a large part of the game. But this is better from them. As they start to contain Falcons. Here comes apparently Jack.
There we go, boys. Get back into it. Good stuff. Great 50s.
And again, it's First Killer that causes the panic. Jack, what a read that is to get over the top. but the victory condition seems clear. One each. Game 3 now up in the balance.
Lear's the only player with boost there. TRK and Rawas do not have a lot. They've sent both of them. Genji with a chance to get a 2-goal spree here. Try and take the lead. TRK slows it down. Pops it up for Rawas, who dusts his man. But this is still Genji's pressure. Here comes apparently Jack again. He'll want the triple tap, ceiling and backboard. Defended well, but now it's Falcon's turn to defend for quite an extended time.
Chronic, reset. Couldn't get enough power on it, but this is the best spell that we've seen from Genji in quite some time.
Oh.
Rawas, just gonna go the whole way. Sometimes you can catch out defenders with that, where they're expecting the resets, and suddenly you're just a little bit faster than they are expecting. Not a good touch, though, from Chronic. Oh, that's helped, though. Falcons were not in possession to take advantage. Back to their side of the field we go. Rawas is not got much pace to work with. That looks very awkward.
Yeah, the TRK just sent the ball to no one. That's a ball that you'd usually expect a Falcons player to be pouncing on, but it wasn't clearly communicated. Oh, everybody's nearly missed that. Rawas to the rescue. Final minute, well underway, and Genji are right back in this.
Oh, we need a good clear.
Decided to take on the battle mid-air. Oh, what a shot! And Genji caused their own problems.
Well, Kalir's found a gap through the defense here. The whole Genji roster was back, but Chronic didn't jump in time. Jack falling in the wrong place. First kill, I mean, you can't blame him. That's just gone right through in the last second. 31 seconds to go. Falcons in front again.
It's gonna be a timeout after this game for sure.
Completely made them panic. Again, time running out on them. What can they create? With that clock being their biggest enemy. First killer, shots, but there's TRK.
The Falcons have no...
Yo, what's up, Noisy?
Oh, that's a miss from Rawas of all people. Just when you thought they were going to be able to run the clock down more. Falcons starting to look a bit shaky at defense, but they've made it into the final 10. Apparently Jack catches the ball in defense. They've got to get this into attack. They've got to do it now.
Rawas pops the ball. Couldn't get the follow.
Wait.
Killer hits the ball into the air. Apparently Jack waits. Want to see if there was a mistake there. Was no. Which means
How's it going? Well, alright, I guess. Genji are playing, so my nerves are at all-time highs right now.
Definitely a turn in the tide of momentum. Genji.
Please take a timeout. Just take a timeout. We need it.
And when they break free, Falcons do look like there's a chance they could double commit. That's, I think, the biggest problem for Falcons right now is when they're transitioning from free-flowing offense into defense. Sometimes they double commit. They want to pressure the ball from behind, but the third man also wants to commit, and that can get them in trouble. I mean, that is a great save by First Killer. That was the moment that the game changed direction. First
yeah, felt that.
And TRK, they both
sucks to hear.
Ball pressure. TRK did not have to go there, but he thought incorrectly that he saw an opening.
Yeah, for Falcons, this has been 90% brilliant, 10% who's supposed to be hitting this ball. For Genji, there's the difficult part, because you are very rarely going to play for the miss against a team like this, but it almost feels like they have to, because the opportunities are there.
I don't think they took a timeout. Oh, that's not good. They needed one.
It's a great effect. They really have had, I think, the best looking offense we've seen today. It just looks unplayable at times. And when you think about Genji's season as a whole, they don't have a lot of practice playing defense.
Yeah, they did not call a timeout. So this could be a poor, this could be a scary game. We have to, now we have to hope they...
really do need to get a win here. Reminder, both teams have access to timeouts. Reminder that both teams have not used their timeouts.
We just need to create like we did in game 1.
Getting these wins.
You know, Falcons winning 2 in a row there made me think that the timeout was coming for Genji, but they've decided not to. So, I mean, now they're going to need to do it 1-3 down. That would potentially, that would be 3 games in a row as well. So, statistically not a favorable position to be in. After calling a timeout 1-3 down, no team has ever won on land. So Genji, again, you know, said they're going to need to do it on hard mode. Make that double.
Chronic off the wall, trying to make that panic happen. For the time being, Falcons are not giving what he wants. TRK, though, was inviting a challenge, did well. Killers. Back to his teammate, that one. Why? First Killer's got a little bit of time, but he wants the boost as well.
You got the boost. Yeah.
He got it though, so I mean he cut it in there, but now Falcons are out of boost. Chronic taking it wayward to the corner. First killer's so good with his boost management, you never expect him to rerun and drive. Ross didn't know when he hit that hard shot clear. Oh, what a read by First Killer again, just safely deflected into the back corner. Falcons are all over it though, as they continue to attack so quickly. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Oh.
I mean, they're trying to play so fast, and the double commits do happen. It's off the post out of nowhere again. Shots just coming in at a rapid rate for Falcons.
They just have so much pressure.
Nothing, so Jack and Chronic will be tasked with getting rid of this. First Killer has finally got something to his name. Put that to good use. Put the ball to the side. Gets the outpace. And couldn't get the dunk on Rawas, who can keep going. Over the top, backboard, well hit there by Chronic.
That's huge by Chronic. That was the moment Falcons were trying to play the squeeze. Oh my goodness! Killiers!
Why didn't we take a timeout, man? We needed one. So bad.
The whole way. A flip reset.
Jack looks tilted.
Is it called a 50-50 if you're against two players? You just want to flip reset 33-67.
It was a 75-25, and the 75 was for Clears. Apparently Jack gets the reset, but that first touch didn't do well for him. The second one managed to at least put the ball into the midfield. Falcons can just put together some absolutely brilliant plays whenever they want to. Here's Rawas, he's got the reset, leaves it for his teammate. First Killer pops it up. Almost half the game left to play. We're gonna go straight for net. At least forces a awkward save, but the follow-up there from Jack make it a little bit too easy there for the defense.
Yeah, not a lot of distance on that clear. It was being protected away from Gen G players in the midfield.
Okay, it's just nothing, dude.
Available. Falcons have followed up each other's touches well in defense this game, something we've not really had to see them do very often, as they've spent most of the game right here where they are at the present. So many air dribbles from the Falcons players. This is just so difficult from Gen G's POV. I mean, credit to them for keeping it so close, but for how long? Killiers makes it too. He is putting up an offensive masterclass against one of the best teams in the world. What an aerial shot by Killiers.
There is nowhere where you are not in danger against this team. 2-0. Gen G are seeing it slip away in real time.
Yeah.
To really put something together, to make this crowd believe, to make us believe, to make themselves believe, Johnny. Because they're starting to be outclassed.
Killiers trying to fake a shot. Oh my goodness! Give me a second, TRK. I'm trying to appreciate Killiers' time taking. TRK's taking no time. Full send. Huge dunk on First Killer. Chronic's got no chance.
It's the strength that we always talk about, dialed up to 11. Gen G could not win a challenge for anything at the moment. And they are trying everything, and none of it has worked.
Just relentless aggression from Falcons. It doesn't matter how many goals they lead by. They are just sending it. They believe in themselves to be the fastest team in any scenario. I mean, last series they played against Gen G, the #1 team in NA. Now the #2 team in NA. Just looking like...
I mean, Falcons have looked like the best team so far at the event. They 3-0 in Swiss. They swept G2. I mean, it's just been...
Oh, there we go. One more chance. Okay. More than even to it. Just over a minute left now.
I just don't know.
Can they get anything going? It has been all Team Falcons ever since this game has started. First Killer now tries to go up. Look how early they're trying to pre-jump just to get anything right for now. Back to the corner. Chronic goes for the follow. Rawas, 0 boost. Didn't need any more for it though.
It was just such a mistake not going for a timeout after game 3. We needed it so bad.
Their toughest test of the season so far. It was a much more back and forth affair in the quarterfinal against Gentlemates in Copenhagen. Where Gen G were going toe-to-toe with the eventual champions almost throughout the entire series, but Falcons, after dropping game 1 sloppily, have just gotten better and better. And we mentioned earlier on those timeout stats at 1-3 down. Not favorable for the team calling timeout. This was almost a must-win game. We've lost 3 in a row.
That's why I don't think we should have.
Go from here. That's a phenomenal save. But it's not going to matter as Falcons confirm the win.
Yeah, great save, but it's breadcrumbs here for Gen G. Nothing is going their way. And they face triple elimination points. I imagine the timeout is about to come, and it's going to have to be one of the greatest team talks we have ever seen.
If we win this series, it would take nothing short of a miracle.
To be something special from Gen G. Coach Chrome better cook up an absolute masterclass if they're going to come back here, because they just cannot play their game. They want to play their game. We know what this team can do when they establish midfield control. It doesn't need to be Gen G in offense 24/7. They just need to be able to fight for the midfield. But right now they're being forced to play defense almost the entire game, and that is just impossible when you're up against a team like Falcons. You know, I might need to make an amendment. I've gone on record this season saying that peak BDS is the highest peak that I've seen, but I mean, this Falcons looks like a completely different level. This looks unplayable. You need to get out of defense against this team. Will Gen G be able to find a way to do that?
For me, the real hopium on this one is we have seen this version of Falcons before, and we've seen it disappear.
We have,
in a blink of an eye. This is the reason why I kind of wish this timeout was called a little bit earlier, because when Falcons get going, they tend not to put themselves off the track. For now, though, they are hoping on Gen G that not only can they play it up, but maybe Falcons can bring their level down by a few levels.
That would be nice, because you know we have to compare this Falcons to the Falcons who played 2 years ago at the London Major version 2. This is number 3, and it's a totally different roster. You plug in the twins with RK. You know, with all respect to Ahmad and Khaled, the GOATs, the OGs of the MENA region, this is a different level of consistency. The Falcons back then, they gave more opportunities, they made more mistakes. I think Falcons can keep doing what they're doing right now for the remainder of this series. They did bounce back against KC after a slow start in Copenhagen. You know, yes, they lost in the quarterfinals, but they really didn't struggle for the majority of that series. It was just the start. They're past that part of the series now. They're all smiles. They're locked in. It's up to Gen G to come with a game plan. I mean, it could be 50-50s in defense. It could be control. It could be passing in defense. It could be outplays in defense. It has to be something to get them out of defense.
Well, let's find out, shall we? Gen G, is there anything left in the tank? Or is it the Falcons marching on to our semi-finals? Let's head over to Aquadome to get our answers.
This would be one of the greatest comebacks of all time if Gen G can start.
All I'm saying is, the major they won, they also came back 3-1, so...
Defense there by Clear, so much faith in his teammate behind him who's called that they're going to make a play on that ball. And it's wonderful to see all those mind games being used so effectively. Oh, hold on a second, that's almost priced through. Chronic, he's touched the defense, but now here comes TRK with the near post double. Again, blocked by Chronic.
And that clear, I feel, is a very good sign of what Falcons do. They almost condition you to expect the oh my goodness. Okay, that was close.
It's that acceleration from Falcons that you just never expect. But that's the mistake, though. Clears accidentally bumping TRK. There wasn't really much he could do there. They tried to play so quickly off each other's touches. They put themselves in positions where that can happen. Now TRK is way up the pitch, but he is able to get a defensive touch.
Dude, it's just like every touch they make is just straight to a teammate. Like they have perfect control of like everything, it feels like. It's like they never give away possession.
Not far off it. Chronic demoed for his own troubles. Jack at least holds onto midfield. Has he got enough boost to get there? No, he waits for his teammate. Well scouted there by TRK.
Yeah, Falcons have not switched up their own game plan. They keep on playing at a million miles an hour. You know, despite the fact that Falcons have won 3 games and they've been in offense for the vast majority of all 3, Gen G have kept it competitive. The scorelines for the most part have been good. That is another double commit from Falcons going forward. Clears and TRK not quite on the same page, trying to read each other faster than human reaction time allows.
Now sometimes what that timeout can do, you just disrupt the rhythm that Falcons had set up. First killer. Clears the lines, gets the second. That's
that was almost a goal of the tournament right there.
I don't think he will be overly full of tears.
Yeah, now is not the time to get first killer. One of the goals of the tournament. That's another huge save by first killer. Himself and Clears. Straight and plays at both ends. Nice recovery by Roas. Still going. Abjack to shut him down. Oh, look at the confidence of Falcons. Huge save again from Gen G, but they can't get the ball clear easily. Falcons continue to swarm.
Play the ball down. Abjack on wobbly legs. Deer in the headlights. TRK is on the way.
It's the TRK special. Flip reset, fake, and then a 50-50. We've seen him do it a million times, but it doesn't make it any less effective. Once more, Falcons have a lead.
It's that moment on the goal line where you realize, I can't believe he's just done that to me. Half the game left. Genji right back into panic. Who can provide the opportunity? Who is that talisman? Off the backboard, double commit, double the chance to stop the shot.
I mean, it feels like these touches from Genji should be getting rewarded more. Rawas there made to make a really difficult defensive read. He doesn't just collect the ball, he doesn't just make it safe, he actually takes control. And this is frustrating for Genji because you'd expect them to be getting more off of these hard hits. They are booming the ball at the Falcons' end. Falcons are just so quick they can get up. I mean, Rawas is pre-jumped here. He always missed it though. That's half a chance, but Genji don't believe in that miss happening.
There's such a distance to cover as well. You have to just predict that he's going to miss it, and good luck with that. First killer, outpaces two. Not the best touch. You need the follow there from Genji. 100 seconds left now. They might be bowing out of this tournament.
Yeah, how many more chances like that will Genji get as the attack comes to an end? We know the Falcons are not going to let them out of their half easily here. It's going to be the soft passes and defense for Genji. It's the attempt to transition. They're trying to keep control. They don't want to be giving the ball away easily. Final minute is approaching. They were not clinical when their chances were there. Schiller and Chronic in the same spot. Abjack running interferes ahead of them. Flip reset for Chronic, but he can't get past his man.
Okay, just a little bit too easy there for the defender. 1 minute left now. County Jack gets the reset.
It's not a good touch.
Killers up against two. Falcons are just going to try and leave this ball now in this orange side of the field. Roas goes for the outplay yet again. This one will not be rewarded.
Only Abjack with boost right now, but he does a phenomenal job to get the ball clear. Still so much time. He misses the bump. It's First Killer alone in defense. Hunted him. It's in less. Oh, it was safe. Where did First Killer come from?
Well, they needed him there, and now they need him on the opposite side of the field. Tried to aim for him. There's far too many blue cars ready and waiting. Cleared yet again. First Killer again tries to wait for it. Off the backboard. Jack is low. Chronic. Well, he's going to get his opportunity. He's got Jack to the far side. Aims for him. Goes backboard. Where's the next one up? Not in time.
TRK just in time. Final seconds. Genji need a goal. They've done well to create opportunities, but they have not taken them.
The side. Time has ticked away. Falcons just need to get the ball down to the floor. First Killer down to apparently Jack. Flicks the ball up, keeps it alive.
Yeah, double commit by Falcons makes this a little bit more interesting. Genji did a phenomenal job keeping the ball in the air, but will they get a chance to score? Oh, it's Chronic. Down to the ground it goes. Falcons, 4 straight wins, advance to the semi-finals.
They look to go again. 2 years on, and now 2 matches away.
There's just something about Falcons against North America in London. That's not a good combination for NA historically or presently. What a performance. Genji just could not play their game. I really do believe that Genji, if they can just get one of those game 5s in Swiss to go their way and just avoid 3-2 in Swiss. I mean, have they just, it's obviously a bit of a foreshadowing here, or just getting way ahead of ourselves, but they could lose 2 consecutive majors to the eventual winners in the quarterfinals. Falcons are the favorites right now. Gentlemates, after beating Genji in the close series, went on to win Copenhagen. 4-1 Falcons over Genji is a statement.
There was only one opportunity there. Falcons did not start well.
Yeah.
Put themselves in a whole heap of trouble and turn around and said, that won't happen again.
I mean, yeah, the confidence to just keep going for this team is phenomenal to see. They have such confidence in their mechanical ability. They go into every lobby knowing that they can outpace their opponents. It doesn't matter who they're up against. I mean, it must feel good as I go into every lobby thinking everybody's going to outpace me. Can't relate to what kind of speed they're able to produce. I don't think many of us can. But if anybody's going to beat this team, they are going to need to play an uncomfortable pace.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. These Falcons are making everybody come up to a level they're used to.
I love that you bring that up as well, because you can see from the way they play, Falcons have made their peace with they are going to play at a pace and mistakes will happen. That's okay with them. They will double commit. They might have a mistouch, but they will stick to 6th gear the whole way.
Locked into the game plan, and so many double commits from Falcons, so many times where they're just not quite on the same page, but they're just decisive with their response to those moments. Whenever those moments happen, we're thinking, is that the play? Is this the chance for Gen G? And then before a Gen G player even appears on the screen, the next Falcons player comes into the frame to just continue the attack. So, I mean, what a game, what a performance. Falcons looking like the tournament favorites. If they can keep this up, they could go the distance.
Truly dominant over in our quarterfinals. We do take a look at the Mobile One high performance replay. It's all from game number 5. I mean, watch it and love it. This is phenomenal.
I've heard him narrate this play so many times. He just knows exactly what to do. He can outplay at any moment there.
Let's head over to Leaf.
It's getting rowdy here as the Falcons soar on through to the semifinals, and I'm here with Rawas to talk about it. Give it up for the Falcons, by the way. They're already making so much noise. Didn't even need to prompt you. So, Rawas,
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I honestly, I had it like this. Let me turn it down. Gen G played better than I thought they would. That's all I have to say. I thought Gen G was going to be like barely even scraping through Swiss. They were so bad online. So I will take it as a positive, and I will enjoy watching them at Worlds.
my next one, I gotta say, it's really cool.
But I mean, Falcons at the same time. I've never seen a team as dominant. This looks like prime vitality. They look better than KC did in the first split, and they look like Worlds vitality.
صراحة مو بس اخوي بس اللي يعطيني ثقة حتى تنك ودحوم والشباب اللي تشوفونهم خلف الكواليس.
It's not really just my brother, it's TRK as well. His presence in the game with us, the home, and everyone even behind the scenes with the team, everyone plays a huge part in what we're able to do on the stage.
Now, Gibbs called a 4-0. It was 4-1. Can you talk to me about what happened? What slipped away from you guys in that first one that changed from thereafter?
هلا جيبس كان متوقع انكم تفوزوا 4-0، خسرتوا انتم بس المباراة الأولى، فحابب يعرف ايش المشاكل او ايش اللي تغير بعد المباراة الأولى.
في البداية طبعا أول مرة نلعب في البطولة هذه وسط جمهور، فطبيعي توتر وما لعبنا لعبنا وما دخلنا بالفورمة، وكنا عارفين انه بنفوز والحمد لله قدرنا نعدل أغلاطنا.
As you know, playing in front of a crowd, the first game is always going to be very, very stressful. But it took us a while took us a game to kind of get into it. And from then on, we were just able to control the game from start to finish, and it was easy for us.
And just finally now, for you guys, you were on a roll. They call out, Gen G calls a timeout. What do you guys talk about during that timeout to make sure you carry the momentum afterwards?
هلا يعني في بعض المباريات اجى وقت تايم اوت لفريق جنجي، فايش الامور اللي كنتوا عم تحكوا فيها وعم بتناقشوها بهذا التايم اوت عشان تضلكم مستمرين بنفس الاداء في المباريات؟
احنا كنا وقتها فايزين 3-1 وسووا تايم اوت، وكنا عارفين انه بنفوز وما راح يتغير شيء في لعبهم، قاعدين نحفز بعض والحمد لله فزنا.
So even though they were taking a timeout, we knew that the result was not going to change, their play style was not going to change, and we were fully confident that we were going to get it at the end of the game, at the end of the series.
Well, you guys did get it. Congratulations on the semifinals. And London, please, one more time for the Falcons.
The champions of the Middle East exude confidence, and they are through to the top 4 in London. We will see who they play in just a moment, but what an accomplishment for this team as their run continues.
So I misspoke, or you misheard me. I didn't say 4-0, I said 4 in a row.
Oh, yeah, you said 4-0. You said 4-0. You can't rewrite history. Man in the hood.
Like, obviously, Nervy game 1, crowd is going to do that. After that, Falcons just took over. They outshot Gen G insane. It was 10 shots per game for Falcons, Gen G had 5.2 shots per game.
What's crazy?
You're not going to win a series.
What's crazy to me is, Gen G, they scored 3 goals in that first game that they won. In the next 4 games, they scored once.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah.
The defense, how do you, and it's like the Falcons, they were so far up, putting so much pressure on, they didn't really even have to play as much defense as you expected.
It's because they win every single 50-50. Every single 50-50 is really like a 75-25 for them. They're so confident that they just kind of suffocate you. They keep on going for more 50s. They steal more boosts. They get you empty. Look at the clip. Abject only had 28, 0-0 for Chronic and FK, but TRK took up for the 50. Abject saying, they can't rotate back in. I got to play the shot, and TRK knows that. He takes advantage of it every
And
time.
that's the only way to counter speed is to win that 50-50 game, and if you lose both, it's over.
For me, though, the eagle eye view of this situation, Falcons look comfortable. That is deadly. They look comfortable on the stage. It looks like they are finally hitting their stride. And in these, I don't think they're going to get shaken anymore in these moments. This might be the time for Falcons.
It is the thing that sets them apart. It's not just that they look comfortable. It's not just that they're fast. It's that they're comfortable and fast. Most people out here can go that fast. They're just on the edge of their seats the whole time. Like, I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how I'm going to make these decisions, right? They're somehow able to think clearly and calmly at that pace. With so much to talk about, so many things to look at throughout this series. And I'm curious to see, Jorby, what'd you see in that series?
Look, Wave, I don't think I had enough eyes to catch everything. I was still trying to break down certain plays before we got to the next play. They just kept scoring. That offense was insane. But there were 3 plays in particular that I loved the most. So let's break them down right now. All right, this first play from... this first touch, first of all, is ridiculous. We'll get to that in a moment for Killers, but look at this from Rojas. He's done this so many times in the midfield. Chronic up to defend, and TRK pops out like a jack-in-the-box. There's nothing the third man can do there from Gen G. But again, watch this touch, this first touch from Killers. Puts it up high, gets a quick recovery on the sidewall. Gen G weren't ready for it. After that, Falcons are playing with house money. That creativity, key for Falcons. It's exactly what they love to do. How about this one? From Killers, big muscles on this one, gets on top of the ball, and he reset on the challenge. It's like no matter what Gen G tried to do on defense, this guy was simply knocking you off the table. Everyone flying in, Gen G clearly uncomfortable. But of course, we have to watch this one more time, okay? TRK, he's got space in the corner. Abjack, you're on the wall. You're stuck. You're frozen. TRK could do whatever he wanted there. Give it to me one more time, okay? High pop, Jack is back, nobody there to challenge. Oh, you went over top, too bad you lost. Oh, you want to come forward? I'm just going to hang here for as long as possible. Falcons, they could kill you this way, they could kill you that way. A, B, C's, D's, whatever, the whole alphabet, Falcons have access to.
The most adrenaline-packed post-game analysis comes from Jorby. Thank you so much, Jorby. Appreciate what you're doing there. And yeah, he's right.
And that's what happens when Falcons have speed. It opens up options on their shots. That's where you get the fakes. That's where you get the moments where, no, I'm not going to go for a flip reset. I'm going to make you jump first, like apparently Jack there. That's what the Falcons did. They absolutely destroyed Gen G.
The energy in this room is insane right now as the Falcons have made it to the semifinals. We will wait for the results of our next match to know who they face off against tomorrow on Championship Sunday. An all-French quarterfinal here. It wouldn't be a Rocket League land baits without a France versus France quarterfinal.
You need to. That's probably the best country in Rocket League. Actually, it is the best country in Rocket League. Why am I saying probably? BDS going up against Gentleman's Alpine. Gentleman's Alpine, Copenhagen Major champions. BDS, one of the last 2 EU qualifiers. So they're both hot right now, and only one can win.
We'll see how they do. It's going to be a big one. That's coming up after the break, though. We're going to take a quick step away. When we come back in the Copper Box, 2 French teams, one with a world championship, one with a major championship, both trying to get a second title, a second star here in the Copper Box. We'll have that and more after the break.
Raise your game.
New on Hulu.
We got work to do. Every second counts.
If we want to get a star, this is what we're going to do.
We're going to be the best team in the league ever.
This momentum, it's amazing.
It will change your life.
All right, who wants more?
Deal.
Stream on Hulu.
Jolly Rancher gummies. Made with huge fruit flavor.
Achieve greater heights, supercharge workout sessions by harnessing the natural power of ginseng.
Ginseng's positive effects on energy levels can contribute to effective workout.
Rev your life.
Zhongguanzhong.
Dickies Arena, Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome to Championship Sunday. This is the moment. Here, now, the final countdown to the final chapter. No back and forth. It's turn after turn. Bumps it off. Now comes the follow. No one from G2's there. They went for the dunk. Now Monkey moves down.
Try hard preset and alpha boost.
Oh, Fennec player. You don't do that, Clip. You do.
I don't know. They might be trying to trick us though, like Diamond's right now.
I think it's a Grand Champion one because he do like the top, like do the same as me.
I'll say Grand Champ 3.
I would say so, yeah.
That's a solid GC2.
No, I think it's SSL. Wait, it's Champ, Grand Champ, then SSL?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Grand Champ.
What? Grand Champ 1. Damn, he should be higher, 100%.
Yeah, mechanics are on point. But bro, he can grind so bad. I have the eye of the eyes.
GC1. Oh, have you seen any SSLs with that?
Oh, nice.
Okay, Fennec player, good preset.
Try hard preset.
Oh.
Nice car. Nice car already.
All right, chat. I gotta head out, but hope you enjoyed the first two matches. I'll be back again tomorrow for the final day.
That's GC3.
Grand Champion 3 or 2.
Hmm.